Ndimasiari Tobela Inhlekani. No, thank you very much, Secretary General of the Mayibuye consultation process and the leadership of Mayibuye consultation process that has been announced here. The leadership of the province that is led by Comrade Mike Matebe, and most importantly, the volunteers and ground forces of Mayibuye here in the province of Limpopo. Thank you, comrades, for coming in your numbers from all the 5 regions of Wembe, or of Mopani, of Capricorn, of Skukune, of Waterberg. And I understand that we are coming as well from all the 22 sub-regions of Limpopo, which represent the 22 municipalities here, which majority have been under the misfortune of being governed by the ANC since the local government era 30 years ago. And we are here as Mayibuye to rescue the people of Limpopo from the misgovernance of the African National Congress. Comrades, so that we do not miss each other, we have called this meeting, it's an internal meeting, but we said from the beginning of this process that there is nothing secretive that we are doing as Mayibuye. And the reason there is nothing secretive we are doing is because we do not want people to think that they can plant spies and infiltration in our movement. So everything else that we do is open, it's not a secret. And what is open is that we want to start a political movement which will be registered as a political party to contest elections and overthrow the government of the ANC, the government of the DA, and the government of these other small parties that are in government now, and institute in place a revolutionary government. That is exactly what we are going to do. That is not a secret. That is the process that we are engaging in. But what we have announced, comrades, is that before we finalize and institutionalize this movement as an organization, we should speak to all the people of South Africa so that they can have input as to what should be the nature and character of this movement. There are certain principles and values that already we have ring-fenced and say that this will define us. But we want this to be necessarily a people's movement. That is why yesterday, in the village where I was born and bred, and we are happy to announce that the people of Mahonisi said that please go ahead and constitute Mayibuye as a revolutionary movement. And we also had discussions with the traditional royal leaders and pastors from different villages of Collins Chabane municipality. And them too said that we don't understand why you are even asking us whether we must start a political movement or not, because you must go and do it. We're going to give you our full support. And this morning we had a very fruitful discussion with Shilunga Wavumbi Riminga Husiminga, whose heritage and family as one of the dynasties or kingdoms here in the province of Limpopo have played a very important role in political development, but also in community development. And we had a very fruitful discussion as to how we move forward. And as always, we also gained confidence and wisdom as to just what we should do. Now, comrades, we are going to listen to all of you today. But to speak about organizational process, what I wish should be the outcome of our engagements today is that we must have shape from all the 22 sub-regions. We must know who are Mayibuye people in all the 4 sub-regions of Capricorn. So we must know in Blueberg as to who are the people that are our points of contact. We must know in Lepelle Kumbi as to who is our point of contact. In Mulemole, who is our point of contact. Here in Pulukwane, there must be presence of Mayibuye. In Mopani, we should know who are the people that we should interact with. I understand the provincial treasurers from Palabura. There must be proper presence in Palabura, in Greater Guyana, in Greater Letaba municipality, in Greater Tsanin, in Maruling as well. We need solid presence in all the sub-regions of Sekhukhune. We need to have a structure of Mayibuye Africa in Elias Mtswalidi, in Ephraim Mokhale, in Fetahomo Tubatse municipality and Makudu Tamar. We also need to have a solid presence of the movement in Vembe, in Makado, in Musina, in Tulamela and Collins Chabani municipality. We also need strong presence of Mayibuye in Bela Bela, in Lepalale, Mudumule Mokhopung, in Mokhalakwena, the deputy coordinator of the province comes from Mokhalakwena, and also in Tabazimbi. There are so many wrong things which the mining corporations are doing in Tabazimbi and also in Lepalale. And the people of Lepalale and Tabazimbi have not been having any fighting instruments to fight their battles. The same in Sekhukhune. There are so many exploitative things that are done by the mining corporations there. And the people do not have a defense mechanism. So Mayibuye must be a defense mechanism, must be a fighting instrument in the hands of our people. The mining corporations must know that now there is a dependable and reliable movement that is going to represent the interest of our people. Not those ones who will come and say we are demanding this, and then when their leaders are called on the side, they go and tell people to calm down. We can assure you, comrades, that there is no one who's going to tell us to calm down. We're going to fight until we have got the benefits of our people. It can't make sense that you have got coal mines in Lepalale, you have got platinum mines in Sekhukhune, and there are no clinics, there are no proper roads, when those mines are making billions of rands every month. We should refuse as the people of Limpopo to coexist with richness when we are poor ourselves. We must say enough is enough. And we have to say so because these other formations that exist here are not an alternative. They are not true representative of our people. So we need to go to mobilize in all the communities. Now, comrades, we already, the national chairperson has indicated that after this engagement, we are going to the Free State to meet with the volunteers of the Free State on Tuesday in Bloemfontein. But then on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday will be in the Eastern Cape to meet with two of the kingdoms that are recognized in the Eastern Cape, but also meet with the volunteers of Mayibuye in the Eastern Cape. And thereafter we'll go to Mpumalanga to meet with the kings in Kangala, in Kwandebele, former Kwandebele, and then we'll go to Bushbuck Ridge. We'll go to Mbombela, we'll go to Nkomazi. We'll also go to Gert Sibande region to interact with the comrades, but also meet all the volunteers of Mayibuye in Mpumalanga province. We'll thereafter go to the province of KwaZulu-Natal to interact with volunteers of Mayibuye. So we have got volunteers of Mayibuye in all the 11 regions of KwaZulu-Natal. And we've got invitations from different kingdoms and paramount chiefs, kings in different parts of KwaZulu-Natal whom we are going to visit. And ideally what we would want to do when we get to KwaZulu-Natal is to, before we visit all the other royal leaders, we should first go and appraise and see in Dulamiti, Isilo Samabanda, King Mrs. Zulu Kazulitin, who despite so many attempts to destabilize him, is the legitimate king of the Zulu nation, who must be given the necessary respect by everyone, and is the king that will forever respect and will hold in high regards. He is currently, we have seen on social media, he is currently in London, but to be hosted not by the British people, there to be hosted by Africans who are in London, to give him an award of African or Africa's Achievers Award. And we are fully in support and congratulate him on the work that he is doing. Now, comrades, when we leave here, we are going to circulate this membership form, which is a volunteer membership form. This membership form, when we declare, it says that I voluntarily complete and sign this form to express my support and will to participate in the and will later be converted into formal membership of the political party emerging out of this consultation process. I acknowledge and accept the founding values, principles, and objectives of Mayibuye consultation process. I consent to the processing and secure storage of my information for organizational purposes in line with the party's relevant privacy laws and documents. I confirm that my participation is of my own free will without coercion, and I agree to abide by the discipline and the conduct of the party's democratic processes. Now, comrades, if we want to found a sound and disciplined organization, there are certain things that we must accept. I think some of the issues the Secretary General has already made highlights on. One is that we are not going to allow gatekeeping in Mayibuye. The membership is open to everyone. So if you had differences with whoever in Mkonto Wesize, which does not exist here in Limpopo, if you had differences with anyone in the EFF, you can't migrate with those differences to Mayibuye. The differences that you had in the other side are not allowed this side. This side, we want people who are disciplined, who are starting from scratch. We do not want problems that are going to come on what so and so did, then these ones left us with the taxi when they were going to Orlando Stadium, All of those things that don't apply here. There are no problems of Alondo Stadium. There are no problems of anything here. Here we are starting from scratch, and everything else that we do must be guided by the decisions that we take. The other issue, comrades, is that we are not going to allow anyone in Mayibuye to be disrespectful to anyone, including political opponents. Let's establish ourselves as a formidable movement that respects everyone. And here in Mayibuye, we are compelled to respect and honor royal leadership and religious leaders. We are not a replacement of royal leadership and religious leaders in our communities. If anything, let's try and speak to all of them. The other principle, comrade, is that we are building a unitary organization, one organization. So once the national leadership has given a directive of what is to happen, what is to be done, such decisions are going to be binding in all the structures and volunteers of Mayibuye. So there is no one who's going to say, yeah, we know national is saying we must take this direction, but as Mopani, we want to take a different route. It won't happen like that. The Secretary General has already said that we are in the process now of identifying leadership. And if you ask what criteria do we use to choose leadership, the process which we engage in, that we got to engage in selecting the leadership, we call it deliberative democracy. So deliberative democracy means that before we identify leadership, we sit down and discuss. If you say this person must be convener, we say why. There must be political reasons as to why a person must be a convener of the province, of the region, of the sub-region. And it must be sound political discussions. Not, I want this person to be convener because we speak the same language. Not that I want this person to be convener because they gave me money. It's political discussions that we follow, and deliberative democracy will form part of the leadership selection process of Africa Mayibuye movement, so that there is proper political reasoning on all the leadership that is identified for different leadership roles. But what is good about that process is that if we discussed that we are identifying this comrade as a convener or coordinator, if they move out of those values and characteristics that made them to be given that responsibility, it means we are allowed to change our minds as well. If your task as the leadership of the province is that we are going to live, at least for this week, we will leave at least 2,000 membership forms per region. It's not impossible to could recruit 10,000 members here in the province of Limpopo within the next 14 days. And if those who are identified as leadership of regions and sub-regions are unable to give us 2,000 members in Mopani, in Vembe, in Capricorn, in Skukune and Waterberg, then they must explain to us why should they continue to associate with us. Because we are not people of laziness. We are not people that do not know what we are doing. We are establishing the organization, the movement. By the time we announce the movement, its colors, its constitution, and finalize everything, there must be presence of the organization in all the wards of this province. We can't announce an organization and people still are looking around for it. Where is this organization? We do not want to exist in the media. We want to exist on the ground. There must be Mayibuye in all corners of this province. I can tell you now, comrades, that if we start our work today consistently and persistently, come 2026, we are going to take over these municipalities in this province. We are going to rescue the people of Limpopo in all the regions and give proper and clean government. And we are not going to be just a replacement so that we can be tenderpreneurs and steal money of government in the name of revolution. There are political parties in this country, in this province, who even when they're in opposition, they negotiate tenders everywhere. They are buddies with the ruling party. Go and check what was the crisis in Tabazimbi. Those who come from Tabazimbi will know. Go and check what was the crisis in Modomole Mokhopong, because those municipalities were hung. And go and ask who are the people who have been negotiating tenders there. Go and check the crisis here in Polokwane with no water, with a dysfunctional municipality. Go and check who has been negotiating tenders here. And the people had voted for some of these people who they viewed that they are going to represent an alternative, but they go and join in the band that together with it. That is not going to be Mayibuye. Mayibuye must be a true alternative that must bring hope to the lives of our people. That must change as to how we govern all the municipalities here. Comrades, the political question that we are making an assessment on is that whatever you do, you can't save the African National Congress. It's dying and is going to die forever. Even if we are not there ourselves, you can't stop the dissipation of the African National Congress. It's terminally ill. How do you have an organization with a police minister who associates with criminals? And it's not like these comrades did not know. It's not like Ramaphosa did not know the activities of a minister of police. He knows exactly what they are doing. That is what they do, all of them. They know it, they know very well what is happening with the... And the people are supposed to be protecting us from criminals, but they are protecting criminals against us. And you think that such an organization must continue to be given power to lead society? We can't allow that to happen. Now that we know, and the people of South Africa are beginning to show that the ANC is dissipating, we are now left with two biggest black political organizations. One is Umkhonto we Sizwe. The less said about Umkhonto we Sizwe, the better. Some of us had thought that we can consolidate all the progressive forces around Umkhonto we Sizwe. But we can tell you now without doubt that it is not a correct instrument to lead the revolution in South Africa. And this we are not gossiping about. We said it inside Umkhonto we Sizwe. We told President Zuma that if you continue to run this thing like a family business, it is going to lose grip. It is going to move out of the way. It will not be a true alternative for our people. So we are not gossiping. We can't gossip. We speak openly. Even when they were taking money for wrong purposes, we told them that stop stealing money of government that is given to the organization. Because that is what we are. We don't go around gossiping about people. And there's nothing, do you know one thing that we have about this politics is that we can communicate and say anything and no one will do anything about that. Because we are not involved in wrongdoing. So there is no one who can say, yeah, you are speaking about this, we're going to expose you. There's nothing to expose about me. Nothing. There is no one who can threaten me with anything. That is why, even about those other ones, I don't want to even talk about. There's nothing. But if you were to check the conduct and the things that they do, you will realize that our people are defenseless. Our people do not have any fighting instrument. That is why we have to constitute Mayibuye Africa as an alternate movement that is going to inspire hope for the people of South Africa. And the good thing about the clarion call of Mayibuye Africa is that despite what appeared to be ideological or political differences between those who are associated with the Congress movement and those who are associated with the Pan-African movement, the Pan-Africanist movement, and those who are associated with the Black consciousness movement, when they were fighting against colonialism and apartheid, what united them was the clarion call of Mayibuye Africa. Africa Mayibuye. So that is the uniting spirit. 2/3 we want, but 2/3 must happen under Mayibuye Africa. So that we can change the lives of the people. Not under some Mickey Mouse organization that is run by a family and take family decisions as if it's political decisions. And comrades, we are not going to speak bad or insult President Zuma or any other president of any organization. We are not concerned about that. Our focus is on developing a common agenda, a common program of true liberation, a common program that is going to emancipate our people. And that is what all of us must work on. There is nothing that constitutes the future now politically except this program of Mayibuye Africa. So comrades, thank you very much that you came as volunteers of Mayibuye Africa from all the 22 sub-regions of the province and all the 5 regions. We have to consolidate a clear framework. I think before we even go any further, we must get to listen so that the leadership here leaves the province with a clear view as to what is the thinking in terms of all the sub-regions and what do we do differently. How do we strengthen ourselves? When we speak, comrades, let us speak in the languages that we are comfortable with. So even if you don't understand the other person's language, let's be tolerant enough to listen to each other. Ourselves here in the Presidium, we understand all the languages that you will speak in. So let's be tolerant when comrades are making input as to what is to be done. How do we strengthen the organization? How do we differentiate the organization from other organizations? We are a very lively organization. We start already, we've got medical doctors that go with us everywhere. There is no organization that have got medical doctors and health practitioners with them every day. Ourselves, we are safe. So when you come to a meeting of Mayibuye, you know that you are safe all the time. Someone was saying that when we are doing the screening there, we are testing drugs of people before they join Mayibuye. Drugs are taken elsewhere, not here. Thank you very much, comrades. We are going to allow the leadership to facilitate the process of taking hands, and then we'll receive inputs from all of us. If there are issues that we have to respond to, we are going to come to respond and give a clear way forward on what is to be done. Amandla. Mayibuye Africa. Mayibuye Africa. Thank you very much, Chairperson.
Thank you very much, Comrade, National Convener of the Mayibuye consultation process, Comrade Floyd Shivambu, for articulating and asserting the position of Mayibuye consultation without fear that we are leaders all over who has taken this baton, and we are going to speak without fear. We are not going to be apologetic about a movement which is going to liberate our people. 30 years into democracy, the ANC couldn't do that. The rest who came after, they just became something else. We are Mayibuye, and we are going to make sure that change happens. I'm now going to allow comrades from all the 5 regions of Limpopo province to rise and speak on issues that needs clarification. The communication team has got the microphone with them. I'm now going to note hands. This is our own consultation. As leaders from all 5 regions, when we rise and speak, let us articulate on how are we going to strengthen this movement moving forward. And what is it that we can do as a collective to build this formidable force. Now, let us speak in the language that we are comfortable in. I'm going to start with this row. It's okay, I will come there. Let us give each other a chance, and comrades, let us please be on point and brief. Thank you. There are a few hands here. This row, the 3 of them, I've noted them. The next one, in that order, comrades. Let us be orderly. I haven't noted the people who are here. Yes. I have not noted, comrades, yeah. I have not noted you yet. I'm on this row. We start here, on, yes, the very same row. When you rise, comrades, let's introduce ourselves, our name, surname, where we come from, the region, the sub-region, and if you are representing any constituency, mention that. Thank you.
Revolutionary greetings to the entire leadership of the Mayibuye consultation processes from the provincial level up to the national level. And special revolutionary greetings to our president, Floyd Shivambu. My name is Khadi Mujapelo. I was born and bred in Sebayeng, under Khoshidi Khale, but now I work as a medical care provider at one of the hospitals in Greater Dubatse, Skukune district, Greater Dubatse municipality. So, by mentioning that our convener is now the president, it's just answering the first question to say, are we going to, is there any need for us to form a political party? And that is definitely yes, there is a need to form a political party. And the question that comes after is, what is the characteristics that is going to differentiate us from other political parties that claim to be representing the poor, the working class, and particularly the black people? So the type of leadership that we need We need to be unapologetic about the description of the type of leadership that we need in this movement. So my submission is, we need, first and foremost, we need a selfless and a modest leader. A leader who knows that he's going to serve the people, not themselves. We need leaders who live a simple life, who will remain humble, who will remain respectful. We need leaders who remember that being in leadership is responsibility to give services to the people, not an entitlement or a title to wealth, richness, or comfortability. We need type of leaders that they can sacrifice their personal comfortability for the collective good of the poor masses of our country. We need leaders who will know that the hands that feeds you is the one that will control you. That was why we are seeing some ministers are being remotely controlled by criminals.
As we conclude, comrade.
Okay, fine. In conclusion, what I want to add is before any comrade can be presented as a leader, we should do a thorough vetting of every leader, because we'll find people coming here which have questionable characters, and then they're infiltrating us in order to destroy us. And after that, after vetting them and seeing that they are fit, we need to give them oath of office. They should declare an oath of office. An oath of office, not like that one of going to parliament, MPLs and all of that. The one that belongs to the organization. I've got the draft of that. If time allows, I can present what I have in mind. Then, comrades, let us continue fighting for justice, dignity, and freedom for all, because the struggle continues. The struggle continues. A luta continua. A luta continua. Mayibuye Africa. Africa, Mayibuye. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Comrades, let's raise our issues briefly. And if there are any issues that we are leaving behind, we will make an announcement on the contact email on where to send all the remaining inputs. So let us be brief, comrades, so that all of us can be given an opportunity. We are having a full hall here, and other comrades are on the extension of this hall. So let us be economic with time, and let's manage it very well. Hand over the microphone. Thank you.
Thank you. All protocol observed. Gikiabi Raymond Rabutata from Zanin Municipality, Andamobani, Ward 10, Butuba Village. Gialeboa Giguelauri, Mayibuye, Itilegan Jungwe, a different. Yasu Twane, Ligeri, which you joga Guarajona, Jatler de Zevamula. Gigula Babalauri, we know Valamato, the criteria Yau we issue Mesa or appoint the ground forces. Abawe on level Lauri, you Gimulu, Vidu, Guamajaji, Gabulelo, Uvagari, and Auna, Lichele, thing. Italusa, Gugula Guagar, Batalusar, Mutomo Mobile level Laurna, ever Gisibuli. Na genit na mishumo yawe ya neo ya fitanare ya mzeba wila bai duba wila ya na guwa ya raure bato baba lebelela na ganit mutu bakere ge chairperson na udiele ni gaye na bakere udiele ndina gwa garin trewe is quite different ga gwar be lebela na ga the appointment be tsama ga dichu the appointment be tsama ga mutu no chelet the be tsama ga mutu mngo ba ba language ga iti. So if then we are going to work, appointment this organization, it lawyer bail, and until we refer courage. Gary Atzvarga Guargo, Arna Gua Bargomra Wodia, unokura o bereka o le ground force o di loje ka moka. When coming to appointment o tona magala go la motho o mo ga o tsebe le rena ke mang. That person is there and the collapse je loje di ntshilo jona jeu. So ke rata o betela ntlo we matso, or if then they can go through that, this organization it will pay ralecha the proximity le nging loje di ntshintshi ye mngwe le mongwe. Amen. Amanda.
Ralebo. Yes, let's finish this row.
Amandla, protocol observed. Naganat Live Pilusa from Zanin region, Mopani district, Ward 9. My question for the leadership, because this consultation process, its ultimate aim is to establish a people's revolutionary movement. My question is, what is going to be our system of administration? Because on the one hand, we want our people to have more power on the local level. And then on the other hand, we also want a revolutionary regime that will deliver change. So my question is, will a Mayibuye government incorporate a federal system which will allow our communities to have greater access or more power over local affairs? Or will we have a unitary presidential system which will give our future president, Brother Floyd, necessary constitutional powers to deliver change directly? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Can we move to the next row?
Mayibuye Africa.
Mayibuye.
Ntaranda kukensa leadership ya Mayibuye nikensa na President Floyd Shivambu. What I want to say, I'll be very brief. I don't belong to any political party. I don't have any membership because I didn't see a reason. But since Mayibuye formed this organization,
can we introduce ourselves all the time, comrades?
Sorry, my apology.
We need to know each other, no matter how many times we introduce ourselves.
All right. Sansa Kosa, ikutsala numa agiani katomo, mara currently I'm here in Polokwane by work. So, thank you. Yeah, so as I was saying, I didn't see a reason of joining any political party because all I saw, it was tired people with tired mind without solution. But since Mayibuye came, I saw a need of being part of this organization, being part of this process, and hear more. I've been following the pages of Mayibuye, and I got encouraged to see a reason why I must join this. I like the strategy that they've used to honor the voiceless, because I don't see or remember any political party that have done that in ages, in years. So Mayibuye have honored us, and I see a reason of joining this party because we are the people who we need to make this organization work. And this organization need us than we need them. So they take care of us. They consider us. That's very rare from political parties that I've seen since I was born. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Can we pass the microphone? We are going to finish this row and then move to the middle row. Yes. I'm going to come to you, comrades.
Greetings to the leadership of the Mayibuye. My name is Kosi Morena from Mankweng. There are critical issues that I want to pass, just to bring them in attention. We as South Africans, especially from the local level and to the regional, provincial, and to the national, they are essential. These factors are very essential, and I would ask the leadership to look and not to ignore them. As we are standing as a country now, we have, I don't know if I can say, the leadership need to prioritize these factors, these urgent matters which need to be addressed in South Africa. We all know what is happening today, and we all understand what is needed, not only on the national level. on the provincial level and to the local. All right, I'm from Capricorn, from Mangwenki, under the Capricorn sub-region. One of the members of the structures from the sub-region. So I'm asking that the leadership should prioritize the issues which are more critical in all national level. And the provincial, it has to do the same in the provincial level. And the district, the same. The sub-region, they have to do the same. If we can prioritize these issues, we understand our complications that we are facing in the municipal level. So I would ask Corey, let us have a political voice and address. Let us not relax in the national level. Let us speak forth. Let us attend these matters because we need a voice, political voice in that level. We understand today at 8 o'clock, is it 8 or 7? We're going to have a family meeting. So we need a strong voice in that level. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's pass the microphone right behind you. Comrade Sydney, we are here.
Hello?
We're still here. No, just a row. Yes. Thank you. No, comrades, we are moving line by line, so I'm ultimately going to arrive at your row. Thank you. Let's continue, comrades.
Comrade Amandla, Comrade Masala Rakubo from Mopani region, and then the Letaba sub-region goes to Joses. Camera union official. Organize. Then comrade Kina Masalarako you laile aisa corruption ya ditsela ja go sa fele ka kwa process. How about a trend that recently popia gitima etla ka kwa process because of rain ka 2020. So mine I'm going to be very short leadership Floyd. Membership fear. Maybe if Mayibuye eka price reasonable because of those citizens, they are not working, they are not employed, as we know that the rate of unemployment is very high. So if maybe reject raise the corruption issues, membership party, though a head of labor desk for the whole Mopani before union official. I was the head of the labor desk here for the whole Mopani. Then leadership, this membership, we were requesting 10 rand. How about maybe we go down little? Recently, MK and Joinisa, then now maybe they will give us a tough time when it comes to money to raise another money for joining Mayibuye. Thank you, leadership.
Thank you. Let's pass the microphone next to the gentleman who just spoke now.
Okay.
Thank you.
National and local in all your various positions. Lena Lina Laka Nomen Muila, Mopane, and then Letaba region. I've got many issues, but I'm just going to focus on one burning issue that brought me here. Nagiberega in the field of counseling. I'm a social worker, and I also have an honors in psychology. So my problem is this. This is the gentleman that brought me here today. Again, I 10 years to go over any politically active because all parties that I was joining, they always said, you are too high. Yeah, you are too intellectual, you are too creative. Right now, as I'm speaking, the qualifications in 3 high schools. They are rejecting me to come and do a psychosocial activities. The 3 principals are always saying he's going to see even things that we don't want him to see. So my plea very shortly is this. Comrade Floyd, go and make sure that the composition of our branches have got every skill, theoretical as well as manual. Because if I'm going to a school where the principal is any other funny names that I can't even mention, the skills I got from Trefulop, they can't benefit my village. And I became a social worker and a psychologist because I saw problems even on my own life as I was growing up. I cannot counsel children in our schools, go wholesale, go courses, because the ANC principals are rejecting me directly in my face, sitting with them. They request everything. Ngwalela secretary this, I write. Write this, I write. They ask all questions, I answer. But as I'm telling you, Ginale Negisharla Endru on our way here. 3 principals. One of them is even suicidal. And then I close it there. Himself. And I'm hearing it because I pick up issues in the community. And I agree, you know, when you do counseling, something, wherever you are sitting, you are sniffing issues, you are listening, you are hearing. Some are even dying in the schools, and I want to help them too, even the staff, but they're rejecting me. So my plea is this. Let's make sure that in this movement, some of us who can think day and night, we get the space to do our work. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Can we pass the microphone?
Yeah, thank you very much. My name is Tswelele Lerik Mukombo, currently residing here in Capricorn, Polokwane. Mine is very simple. I feel the questions that were asked were 2. The first one, we are saying yes, the organization must be established. The second one is how does it need to be guided, or how is it going to go? One, I want to submit to Comrade Chair to say that there must be a generational mixture. There must be youth and young people also into the national level and also into the provincial level, so that they can address the issues that are affected or affecting the young people into the province. There are issues like what GBV, the issues of unemployment, such issues. When you give someone who's 60 years old, they cannot relate to those particular issues. Just like what my brother is busy saying here. They cannot relate because they don't understand the life of high schools. They don't understand the life where we are facing us as unemployed youth people. So we are submitting to you that there must be a generational balance whereby even young people are included. Even if it's deputies, they can just be deputies so that they can advise there in that particular council to say, these are the issues that are faced. Remember, there are some things, I'm not trying to undermine Comrade President. There are people who are not even active on social media. And yet they are our leaders and we love them very well. But we are saying that they cannot see the challenges that are faced with our young people. If there's a break-in in Sishiro or a hospital is burning, I am on Twitter there at 5 a.m. I'm able to see it and say and tell the organization that these are the issues that we need to address. But them at that particular time, they are going to hear it by a phone call around 1 o'clock when the issue has already been resolved. Then we become an organization that does not address the issues of the people, but we become irrelevant. What I'm trying to say is that let us have a generational balance. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Comrades, no. Comrade with a white hat, I'm going to come to you. Not now. I'm finishing this row. Please note the comrades at the back. I'm noting 3 hands. 1, 2, 3. 4 with the microphone. With the one with the microphone. May we proceed?
Yes, thank you very much. I'm currently based in Molemole, Ward 4. Allow me first to pass my revolutionary greetings to the entire collective and the ground forces at large. So I think one of the issues that we need to also touch base on, it is what we are going to do when we live here. Because I have listened to all the speakers, but only few touched base with regard to what actually needs to happen on the ground. Because right now we've been told that we have volunteer membership forms. And those volunteer membership forms need to be filled. But the question is, how are we going to influence and convince our people to join? Here is my point. Number 1, we have so many unemployed youth in our communities. I think one of the first thing that we must also prioritize is to try to gather them. Number one, emerging entrepreneurs and others with different kind of skills, for instance. Because if you check those people, I've been in constant communication with some within my community, and I've realized that irrespective of what they are doing and what they've been doing, none of them has ever heard about the so-called database, Masipala or municipality. So it is our priority, and it should be a prerogative to all of us to go there and gather them according to their skills. And from there, we must advocate that their names be included in the database of the municipality. That's number one. Number two, we have schools. Our schools are confronted with a serious issue of crime within the schools, and also drugs are taking a lead in our schools. That is the reason why even our government agrees that the pass rate should be minimized. That is a clear sign to show that in other ways they're even telling us that our kids can no longer, their minds can no longer withhold an information that even constitutes 40% for them to pass. Now what we are going to do as Mayibuye, we must make it a priority to go to schools. We must go to schools, talk to the student SGB, and also talk to the principal, that we should also be given a platform to speak with the learners, motivate the learners. Then from there, after motivating the learners, we can be able to even now target those who are qualifying to vote and those that will be qualifying to vote next year. Then that's where we are also going to be given a chance, maybe for instance, to be allowed to put our gazebos outside the schools and everything. Then number three, we have sports fraternities in our communities. We have soccer, we have netball. From here, we must also go to the ground and talk to those soccer players and talk to the management of those soccer teams, both soccer and netball, and try to identify the challenges that they are daily confronted with. Then from there, we can be able to see how can we assist as Mayibuye. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think within the municipal budget whatsoever, there has to be a certain amount that must be allocated to sport. And if that money is not utilized, then it means somebody somewhere within the municipality is utilizing that particular capital for wrong reasons. So I think we should just go there and target unemployed, target the schools, even our burial society. Some of us are Chokakarad community, Unalidi society, Unalidi Krek and everything. We should just agree as volunteers of Mayibuye to say, today we are going to this church, we are going to clean the church. There's a funeral nearby, we are going to attend the funeral. We must always be on the ground so that whenever people now need us, they know where to go. Thank you very much.
Thank you. There's a hand here that I've noted. Yes, there.
Reperile. Mina nivulavula ku mina Andrew Khanyi ni suka ka Madonsi xikulu ntina hosi ya mina la na ndhuna ya vona. Ni xeweta evurhangeri bya Mayibuye consultation and everyone, all protocol observed. Xikombelo xa mina hikuva ni langusi from this 30 years a swi kha swi humelela a ni nge se tswariwa ka yin'wana ya minkarhi ya kona. We've noticed ku problem leyi nga kona yi nga more significant i ku the educational system yi pfumelela ku hi dyondzela ku ya tirha kun'wana. Perhaps if we should change the educational system, if we have authority, ku yi fana na matiko mo fana na vo China la ka ku vanhu loko va kha va kula they can able to work va ti tirhela vona. Because now we can say we can take over the mass municipalities and all those kinds of government entities. But loko ndawu yi ri tsanana it can't fit the entire or the country at large. So we need to perhaps focus on the ways to empower our people. Kufana na hina na Hosi Madosi at the moment hina ti foundation ta ku pfuna migingiriko ya tiko. We partnered with University of Venda. Loko ku ri na engagement that is skills and stuff, we call them to bring the programs in our communities. Even University of Limpopo, we do call them ku va tisa ti program ta ku pfuna vanhu ku va kota ku hanya. So, Antosaku, as a revolutionary, as we begin now, we should focus on the way to build the best organization that will help even in future. Because logo in 1994, when we take the government, at Dubai it was only 3 flats. But now when we go to vacation, we go to Dubai. Meaning in province. Say let's focus on the way yaku ichicha educational system. It did not help us. Thank you.
Thank you. The last 2 hands.
Thank you very much, Speaker. First of all, I'd like to acknowledge the esteemed speakers and everyone in the house. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Speaker, I've got 2, in fact 3, but one was covered by the speaker in blonde. Thank you, brother. I've got 2.
The name, please.
Oh, my name. Sorry. My apologies. My name is Dimitri Khanyao. I'm currently residing in Polokwane. I'm the former SRC president of TUT. Thank you very much. I have 2 questions. I have 2 things, Speaker. A mandate and a question. The mandate goes to Comrade Floyd, by the way. Yes. The question is the process of electing leadership, appointing leadership. Who gets to nominate these people, to propose these people, to submit the names of these people? Because you said it's going to be a transparent process where everyone will be included, despite of who they are and whatsoever. Yeah, but I want to understand who nominates the name, who gives the names, who brings the names of these people who are going to lead. Is it a process where people apply, or someone comes with a list of names and say, no, these are the preferred candidates, therefore let's start vetting them? Okay, thank you. Then another one, Speaker, Comrade Floyd, here's a mandate to you. The mandate is we have enough politicians in the country. We don't want any more politicians. We need public servants. Go out there, be a public servant. When you emerge, which I'm 100% sure you'll do, be a public servant. Thank you.
Thank you very much. There is the last hand.
Thanks very much, Chairperson of the session. My name is Mudaumramriri from Ward 11, Collins Chavan. So we, as residents of Limpopo, are very much tired of politicians who, by the way, I'm the former chairperson of the Takuse Youth Development Forum and the current chairperson of Sundani Development Forum. So we're very much tired about these politicians who comes and promise us a lot of things. We will. We're very much tired of these dreams that they always promise us. We're saying that as Mayibuye, soon we're going to go to 2026 elections. You will find that we will be having a budget of elections of approximately 50 million that we can manage to fundraise. Let's redirect the money to what will always be on the side of the communities, where at least if we are saying that we've got a rally in which we're going to have, let's say in Limpopo, and we go and spend 2 million for just one day, instead of using that 2 million to go and drill bowls with 2 million, a maximum that we drill a bowl in Limpopo, it's 30,000. If we're calculating very well, it means that we're going to have 66 bowls that we can drill in Limpopo. And that thing is going to be staying with all the community members around Limpopo for the rest of their life. And they will always remember that this bowl was brought by Mayibuye Africa in our community. And it will make sure that it gives us numbers on the ground. Thanks very much.
Thank you. I'm now going to, in the same rows, I'm now going to note female comrades. Females. Can I get a hand this side? Here's a hand. Can I note another one? Female comrades. There's another hand. 2, 3, 4 hands. Yes. Of the female comrades in that order.
Na khensa swinene I Maluleke Portia kusuka eGiyani Award 2 ka Mavosa. Ni rhandza ku xeweta leadership na ma comrades hinkwerhu. Se leswi me ni nga swi khoma la a swi tala ngopfu ni ta summarize. I want to thank our future president who said this movement is defensive. It means a lot. Let's clap hands for our future president. Leswiwani swi vula yini na hi na ti-problems lomu ka ti-communities. Leswi vula ku ri Mayibuye loko hi ku sweswi gezi ri timekile ka van'wana ri le ku layiteni hi ya pfunekisa ku yini. Swi vula ku loko hi vitana Mayibuye yi fanele yi attendiwa issue yaleyo na tin'wana to tala hi ta va hi kha hi ti detail tanihiloko va kombisile ku ta va ku ri na email ya ku communicate. Lava ku ya vulavula hi leyi ya employment HR yi kha yi katsa hina youth na vanhu hinkwavo ku loko movement yi ta sungula ku tirha kumbe yi ri ku tirheni a hi yeni ya nghenelela privately kumbe public hi vona ku ri ku thorisiwa ku yini hi le ku kaka yini sweswi u dyondzini u dyondzanga swa fana hi mhaka ya ku mintirho ku nikanisiwa hi leswi ku nikanisiwaka swona kwele tihofisini. Se hi lava ku tiva process ya HR until yi fika amakumu hi nga ri hi vona sekhula each and every Friday ti kha ti huma mara hi swi tivi ku ti helela kwihi hi karhele hi swona leswo taniya. Se swi ta ya swi kha swi ya ka ti-public hi kha hi vona ku tikhampani ti thorisa ku yini maholele ku na vanhu lava nga ku tirheni ku va kuma 2.5 hi kha hi twa ku ri salary scale xa law xi fanele xi va 5.5. Se hinkwaswo ta va hi kha hi swi submita hinkwaswo swo fanisana sweswo. Lava ku ya aka leadership ka vanhu lava nga ta va responsible kusuka aka national provincial regions VDs to ward. A hi veneni trustworthy loko ho kota ku tshembeka in terms of communication information ya break hi swo swi nga ta hi dlayela movement. Loko national yi tisa information loko swi fika ka province swi ya swi kha swi dedeleka se ha kuma information ya straight like the resources na transportation na sweswi ku va hi fika la ku na information yi kha yi break. Se ha sungula the volunteers as leaders I even trustworthy swi ta endla ku hi kota ku famba kahle hi nga holovi ku ya fikelela loko se ku kha ku deployiwa ti-leaders ka tindhawu hinkwato. Hi swona swi nga ta endla ku hi va na unity hi va mechanism leyi nga ta hi yisa kule as Mayibuye eAfrica. Me ni tsake leadership loko yi ri defensive ho la ku twa yi announce-iwa official because vanhu va le ku hi vutiseleni ku kasi se mi ngo tsutsumela a mo wela na mara na ku tshemba ku I movement leyi yi nga ta hi yisa akule hi ya teka timasipala hi kota ku ti defenda hi mhaka ku se hi swi vonini ku ti-movement letin'wana a ti hi defend. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's finish with these comrades on the side, the two hands there, and then we can move to the back.
Thobela. You are about Fortunate Mapunya from Ward 10, Zaneni. Namoagi ataka lipujiso mo Floyd. Gidi lega umubuja, lega umubela. Gina mulobe retreat, gina brakali abana babalobe tu. Floyd nagere mukato wa Mayibuye. Go dokir leidrisa. War process geology or year leidrisa. Warena rejaile ready. Vula mukato. Remete Mayibuye. Remete Mayibuye ready. Enebile erega guabulo beru zaneni. Remete Mayibuye. Gobalar le pagisega bela. Le pagisega bela le membership for more. Robert Keshomaye. Mowe nkina ribujiso akinya kiri bujiso fela dziba lori ruya med full support bula mkato.
Thank you, comrades.
Thobela. You are Baumoge Maria Squela from Ward 29 Gazanini. Samatomo Gire protocol observed. Ereni gelebwe o bagagar mkato. na botse tja consultation ke la ga leo di re tshenyetjana go ka mata ro bela do tsena ground in le di formo re bereke re ready o lwantswa ewe ene sa sengwe gape as volunteers go bothokwa gore ana bjale re je role ya nngwe le ya nngwe ya gore di community engagement re be ka gare ga tsona ntho nngwe le nngwe di ya community a re bene ba mathomo as Mayibuye re be ka gare ga yona ke ka di kereken ke di missionini ja di koroni a re bene gona ba ona le ba shwa ba sokola ba na le di funeral a re jieni ka role re tloela o tshenya boetsa pele re tsene ka gare re tsenelele re assist e le rona le kolo e tsena ka go ba nyakela di khonyo ba metsi o ba thuse ka passport shane ya ne ba re fileo ba toba ba ya re ba ka bona re berekela mokhatho ka mo a le ka consult re nyakela di formo re bereke re ya re ke ba dielana dilo tjara jeo eri emiso eki emiso ke Maria ke ready o re ke na le di councilor ra jega tsaning di bo ready to resign ba ba join Mayibuye ba nyaka di form ya lebo.
Thank you very much. Let's move, comrades.
Tobela nna ke nna Mapefo a Matoa ke nna wa mole Capricorn ya rena nna nkare ke na le gaba ya sports ka mo site la sports re a belaela because here Thoma and that Floyd re tsene ka sports ne re lebelela bana ka monte ratwa re na le gaba ya hore ka nna ke ratile bo social worker ke holo ra social worker e swantse ba hona ka dinako ka moka then he ke tholeile kwa ka ra wela ka ra sports re lebella re nyoko ntšha bana strateng mara ntho re twesa bothoko ka ra sports mo re be re etsa re botsa ba megatho e re be re phela ka hara yona re ba bolemosa gore na le thokeo ya di 1 2 3 re a tshepiswa re fulfillele so re be re sa tsena mo le re le healthy le sports le se recognize kudu le ka ra netball le ka ra ntho cause le he re bolela ka sports o no kra le tsena ka ra sports mara la tsena ka ra football la lebala netball so e hona ya phela re sepela di pleke tse ka moka re ya ke searcha ka mo di gotone mara re na le batho ba ka re di a hore re bona hore mata ke a rena then ke a lebo
Enhlikani mina mamsi wa ka Mabundza wa ku huma award 13 ra mina rito i ku president our future president
Mayihlwerisa ku what 13 ko kae
ko Risinga Giyani
Risinga
yes President Floyd Mayihlwerisa hina hi tolovele ku tirha hi nyikeni ti resources ya tirha hi nyikeni ti form hi nyikeni swikipa ya tirha ba kona vanhu lava va nga yimela kambe ka nkarhi wa sweswi a hi koti ku va convince hi ri hava sweswo.
Thank you, Brenda. Hand over the mic to her.
Nkensini rhandza ku xeweta varhangeri va hina hinkwavo vito hi me Brenda Mathebula no maka wa 24 a Giyani so submission ya mehe ka varhangeri a na ta submita ku mi establisha team ya ti social worker more especially na hi tshamaku amatiko xikaya kumbe a ti village ina ti challenges i kuma ku vakhegula va pfinyiwa vana va pfinyiwa van'wana i kuma ku ko va
keep the mic closer
ko va ku sele vana ntsena ka ndyangu walowo mara a va koti ku kuma mpfuno se hi boka ku as a community members hi kota ku va hlengela ku va kota ku dya hi mhaka ku swakudya loko swi ta eka le ka government swi ya nyikiwa tichomi kumbe vanhu lava a swi nga fanelangi ku va fika ka swo ka va swi fikelela sa hi kombela ku tanihileswi mi nga establisha team ya ti-doctors mi hi establisha team ya ti-social workers ku loko hi hlangana ti-challenges hi kota ku swi rifelela ka n'we inkomu.
Thank you very much. Are we done with females this side? I'm now moved the last one, yes.
Na khensa ku nyikiwa nkarhi ni kha ni xeweta president wa hina na vurhangeri hinkwabyo ni kha ni xeweta macomrade hinkwawo mina ni Mukateko Maluleke Makhuvele village ka Ward 34 Abembe district ka masipala wa Collins Chabane. So tala hi vulavuri na president tolo se ku namuntlha va hi nyike ku idea ku kuna tifomo ku hi fane hi ya se ya tirha. President Xichangani xi ri va tshika xo khoma hi voko hayi xe le mbilwini i khale kha yi tirhisiwa like mi kuma ku vurhangeri kwele henhla a va swi tivi loko hi sungula ku tirha ngopfu ti-resource mi kuma ku ti-resource ta rhumeriwa mara mi to vona muti u kha wu cincacinca vanhu lava hi fambaka ka vona kha hi va promisa ku xikipa mi ta swi kuma ene mi swi tiva ngopfu ku ri a ti-villagini ngopfungopfu ka vakhegulu na vakhegulu vo tala swinene ti-vote i t-shirt ka vakhegulu. Mina la ni tshama kona ni 100% sure ku loko no famba ni ri na ti-resource ni khomi ti-t-shirt 95% na huma na yona ka village leyi ni tshamaka yona ku ti-party leti nga vakhegulu va ri a va ha vote mara ti-resource a ti fiki ka hina hi va ku hi ri underground ti helela kwale ti rhumeliwaka kona hi nkarhi wa ti-vote yi tirhisiwa ngopfu hi lavisiwa ti-transport mali yi nga fiki ya ti-transport leti hi nga organizisa levo hi lwa na vanhu va timovha ene mi kuma ku vurhangeri kwale henhla va ta mi hlamula ku ri a va swi tivi ene hikuva vanhu lava va tshembini va nga va fikisela mali bo va pretend as like mali yi fikini ka hina lava hina hi nga va thola a va swi tivi ku mali a yi fikangi ya hina and a va swi tivi ku ri va ta va vutisa mani a va swi tivi ku hina hi va hi rhumiwe hi mali ene loko se hi teka ti-contact ta lava hi nga va thola hi ku ri vulavula na munhu loyi loko va fonela munhu a ku mani va tivi a ni tirhi kona kwalano se swo lava na vurhangeri lebyiwani swi landzelerisiwa loko se ti-resource ti fanele ti fika ka hina hi fanele hi ya tirha ku tirha hi tiyimiselini tifomo a ti-resource a ti fikela vanhu hinkwenu hi tirha hi chuchekini ku Mayibuye hi lava ku ri hi continue ya mahlweni na cancer.
Thank you very much. Comrades, we are here now. Comrades on their feet in the middle.
Manja. Oh wait, Joe. Comrades, my name is Comrade Sepashole, the former provincial chairperson and secretary of SASCO in Limpopo. I am not going to shy away that I'm an affiliated member of the African National Congress. But I'm in this particular consultation process because Comrade Floyd invited all members of society to form part of the consultation process in an attempt to rescue the revolution. That's why we're here. So I want to, upon my arrival here, we chanted slogans, and obviously those slogans were in the midst, guided by the revolutionary spirit that we at least believe that Mayibuye is going to provide us a platform to ideologically debate issues. Because in the parties that we belong in, as a member of the African National Congress, comfortably telling you, we have a culture where comrades do no longer appreciate debate and ideology. And we're here because we believe that Mayibuye is going to give us a platform. Not because we love Comrade Floyd, of course we love him, but he's not the best that the country can produce. But because he's providing, or we believe that Mayibuye will provide a platform to engage rigorously about the matters of this country, that is why we're here. Even when they see us, we'll tell them that we're there because this is a consultation process, not of members of Mayibuye, but members of society. Comrade Floyd, I think one thing that we must caution ourselves, and I've made that observation, not to say that I'm saying leaders who are here were wrong. The idea that you are going to be the president, it's not what we must push now to the people. Because we are in a consultation process. I don't know if I'm making a political sense. Comrade Floyd is very clear, resolute, and sound. We would wish him to be the president. But how do we differentiate ourselves from cult movements that are there? Our character must be different. We cannot say in a consultation process and say forward with President Floyd. We are consulting the ideology of the masses. What are the masses looking for before we project Comrade Floyd? So that he stands to be different from all these other leaders that are there. That is the submission I'm saying to the House. When we project Mayibuye, we must not say, Comrade Floyd, President. Look.
Comrades, can we be orderly? As we conclude, comrades,
It's fine.
Can we be orderly, comrade?
Can I be protected? I'm protected, my leader.
We need to conclude on your points, comrades.
It's fine.
Yes.
Maybe I'm taking time to extend. You see. Am I protected, Chair?
Comrades, I'm going to call order. Can we conclude on this, comrade? Comrade, we are going to avail an email address. You can always make further submissions.
No, but why?
Thank you very much.
I'm cut short.
Finish the point. Finish the point, comrade. Let him finish the point.
Now, on the second point, Comrade Floyd, I think one thing that is very critical and important is that in this, one thing that I must tell you, you are doing something that these people of this country have been longing for. You are consulting the people. You are consulting the people. Don't be intimidated, because you are doing something that this country is longing, consultation. As I conclude, leader, make sure that you are not going to be attacked by the media propaganda that exists as a political party that is going to emerge. Make sure that you build in-house your own progressive forces who are going to be in defense for you in terms of media, because media is the new war against politics that people don't understand. Go to institutions of higher learning. Create a platform for young people to come and project Mayibuye as it is against the media propaganda that is going to be waged against it. Because in this country, politics are no longer on grassroots. Media is the proponent of politics. Go and find young people in institutions of learning who are ready.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Comrades, I'm going to request that we be patient with one another. This is our process as Mayibuye consultation volunteers. And each one of you who's going to be raising hands is going to be given an opportunity to comment and to guide this process. So there's absolutely no need to howl at each other when we are raising points. Let us just be orderly. Comrades, can we be brief and to the point? Thank you.
Ke a leboga. Ke kgopele go dumedisha. Ke dumedishe go le ka tatalano ya lena ke re Comrade Floyd le boetapele ba lena thobela. Wa bolela mo ke modiba Joe Situku. Gona mo Polokwane sub-region go tswa ga Kgoshi Makgoba. Ke mogoma ka ga Kgoshi Makgoba ebile ke le mongwaledi wa bona. Ye ke tlisitseng, it's only an input. Gobane go tsenengwe tša mešomo ye re šomang ka yona. Re šoma le the global indigenous kingdoms. Ra buša ra šoma gape le organization e bitšwa ke South African Royal Kingdoms. Ye e leadang ke bo Kgoši Mogolobotho. E na le magoši a mantšinyana empa ke a South Africa fela. Gomme ye ya global kingdoms e swere magoši lefase ka mokana ga lona. Jwalo e reng ke re ganyane ke re input ye ke re kang gore ke bie ke input ye re hwetšang ka gare ga the constitution ka mokana ga tsona e leng the recognition of traditional leaders. Gomme ge re lebelela recognition of traditional leaders, ba recognize that traditional leaders bjalo ka the custodians of culture. Mola rena re tseba gabotse gore magoši ba na le sovereignty, ba na le territory ya bona, ba na le the kind of governance ye ba bušang ka yona. Well, our input ye re beang go lena bjalo ka Mayibuye, re be re kgopela gore re rata gore re ka šala morago organization ye e ka advocating for the restoration of traditional leadership. Thobela.
Moshate.
Inhlekani
My name is Alois Manganyi. I am from Ward 27 in Collins Chabani, under Wembe district, but I'm currently under Capricorn. My take to Mayibuye is only two things. Can Mayibuye please be a political movement that is going to interact and engage with our community members? Precisely because services are not delivered to our people. And can Mayibuye not be like other political parties who, when they want people to vote for them, they go and give them food and t-shirts and food parcels and promise them heaven and earth. And then at the end of the day, bangabanik the services. Our people are sick and tired, most especially vakokwani, vashinuna na vaisati kuhembeliwa. Kuhava mati, kuhava gezi, kuhava mapatu makahle at the village. Yekombe kumayibuye ayi party lenga ta prioritize abantu ithala yaba respect, then God will bless you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the opportunity, President or Convener. My name is Tsatsi Mashawa from Skukune, Feta home towards the region. My submission is going to be very short, President. It's about workers or the working class. I can acknowledge and see that Mausa is already on board. But my submission is that how do we bring the whole sector in broader sense into the Mayibuye consultation process? Today, as we speak, majority of workers in Skukune in mines are being retrenched, and there is no fighting force because we know the unions which they have stood their hope in them have abandoned them, and they are aligned to the ANC. So how do we bring the working class into Mayibuye? That's my submission. Secondly and shortly, President, we are very hurt. Very, very, very hurt. We are tired of changing t-shirts going around. You are our last hope. That's my reminder. Please, President, take us to the promised land, the land of honey for everyone here in South Africa and Africa in general. Mayibuye.
Thank you very much. We are now moving to this row. Let's note hands here. In that order, comrades. In that order. The microphone is yours. Thank you.
Thank you. Minani Robert Maluleke Mantaras from Kagongongo. Anda Wosibzaka Shanik. Nikelani Seva Tani General ya Mabutu ya Osin Shanik. Lama mabitan wako Hauka Royal Guards. So, nlakutisa these submissions, Tanela Kungavurua Kona ko itisa submission. Number one, Tani iti volunteers. Ifane sungula ku sacrifice. Nila kupula in loko nuko sacrifice. Nowadays, hanya aka social media, hanya anden kati phone. Let's wula ku all our status. Sifanele si dominator Mayibuye yesu. Ikona ku campaign ka call. The t-shirt sesi ngati kuma seswa ati ti atsamande kati withdraw. Tifan zetinchi chamshop. Loko kuruko ya kunwani more especially lomiati korwena ti abavutisi hi Mayibuye ene loko ikuma slot ai fayetele timakata voters roll ayene aka IEC ya kuma voters roll ya lomo ya wa delay tsamaka yo so that we know ko iba man lava ifanela ko iba enzela door to door ya vulavula na vona ku ri hey wena ikulava la indlela le na le so ifane iba i-committee voters roll loko na ha ri ka voters roll ifane iba i-targeta vantshwa lava hi swi tivaka ku ri vanhu lava va richini 16 va fanele va registara lava va richini 18 va fanele va vota ivi hi va landzelerisa ku ri hina hi nga tshami hansi leswiya swo hi ta vulavula more special ka ti-group kumbe yinini hi la ku tsakisana no swi fanele swi yima hi fanele hi tirha hi fanele ku va na leswi va nge i political lecture. We must know our leaders. Swi nge tsakisi ni ya ni ku ni swi bini ni fika a khorweni kumbe a vanhwini va ni vutisa ku who's Floyd. A ni n'wi tivi no tiva ku i Floyd wo huma kwihi ntsena mara ni fanele ni swi tiva ku ri education ya yena u obtain yini na yini ku ya fika ka university yele ku yi overseas leswi vula ku hi fanele hi tiva all of you leswi vula ku i ntirho wa leadership ku hi lecture about you guys as our leaders xa ku hetelela mehe loko ni vulavula and vulavuli like notice a chukela comrade Pet Mabandla va swi tiva swinene in 2011 loko ANC yi endla leswa swo gatekeeper va cinca loyi a ku laviwa yona aka award ya hina I was the chairperson ni ya hoxa independent na sweswi aka award ya hina va fike va endla sweswo ni hoxa independent va swi tiva ku in numbers and loko va ha ri ku komberiwa ka me ka ku a ku tivisiwini a ni ta tsaka ngopfu ku ni va wo sungula ku va mi ta lonja branch le a branchini ya me lastly ni nga tsaka ngopfu kwalala ma swi vona ku ni rhandza ngopfu kepisi one of you ani nyiketi kepisi and a ni ta tsaka loko yo huma ka president.
Thank you very much.
I'm coming to you. We're just doing one. Comrade, you can relax. We're coming to you. Just take the comrade then. We're coming to this moment.
Tako lebo Musora Mudiro national chairperson arena. Retamishe chomo taflenya lena chabasa Mayibuye ke letamishe. Ke matala Patrick. Ke tswa ko Sekhukhune. Re a dumela Dr. Floyd Shivambu or Mayibuye must proceed. Ke khalanyana re metsi taba tsa go tshwana le je. Mo re tswang gona wa fisha. Re tswa somewhere wa fisha ntate Floyd o tsebe taba wa fisha bere kwa go fisha kae kae. Re a go leboga o tlile mo o tlo re hlatlola. Dintlha tse pedinyana tse tharo fela mo proposal ya ka ya mathom mo tabeng ya Mayibuye consultation. Please man, scrap this thing ya region this, region that. It's like a method different. Our national people who are responsible for provinces, that they will report directly. Our provincial members, we've got 22 municipalities. If they can be 22, they'll report each and every municipality direct. The information that is valid and important, evaporate because of these many structures. Give the province power to lead us. Forget about the region, that's where squabbles come from. That's where the divisions come from. That's where whatever that you don't want. Because background information from the table of the province. Leadership, Dr. Floyd. Scraper the regions, they don't add value to the movement, to the to the growth, each and every organization. Re bolela batho ba re bolela le no palo wa tikoro reng a re tlogele region batho ba ba nyakang organization ba go di sub region. I don't know tlo dira jwang ka di metros but ba nyakang mogatlo wa hao ba nyaka o tsweletsa re o bone ba go di sub region they can lead ba ka leader le ka nnete ba go fa the proper report. These things are here ke nna ke tshwere Sekhukhune ke tshwere Vembe ke tshwere it's not going to work for us. Thank you very much. Re ke tswele ya engwashi ke di ke bohlokwa thata. Nko wa bitse ba le ba go opela a go be le pina tša Mayibuye re di reke re bine and then nna mo ke tswang gona ke tswa diplaseng ke rata go tlhalosetša Dr. Floyd ne dipolase tse ke tswang go tsone ge re le gopela mebereko mona re wa gopela go mashona before ka bolela le gowa you must speak to shona person dipolase ka moka di-supervisor tša dipolase tša Mablol Groblersdal ke mashona re swantse re phapate pele before ka kry-a mebereko dira gore region engwe le engwe a re ilweleng taba region engwe le ke tswa Sekhukhune I cannot diploma degree, I cannot degree in whatever, I cannot kepi so kuchi. Mara ke kholo be di kampale. What's for why? Mo ke tswa gona go na university. Di ra gore skukune le di region tshedi. It must be from the parliament. Every region must have a university. It must be a must. Ke a felle tshela skela mphela pele ke tswa pele tsa mafela. Artsene mo la tabenya di spiritual di kereke tsa moya le tsa di traditional. Gone le botlhakinyana mo lema. Para ke tshwase ka 50,000 ke tlo itse kae. Gape calling I need 50,000. Ke ra le tsona tse le di zoomeng tse tsa gore ka mo fase ga ntwele ba reng ke botse Jehova. Gona le botlhaki ka mo fase ke a go lebo.
Comrades, I would love to extend my words of appreciation and greetings to the leadership of Mayibuye Consultative Forum, process. My name is Musa Wagantul, Noma Gyan, but now I reside in Ward 21 in Polokwane Municipality. I'm a health economist. So I have very few short comments to make. And the first one is, yes, we need the political party. I need that. Yes. And the second one is that the political party must gravitate towards the left. It must be pro-working class, because 30 years belong to the capital, and the black masses are still unemployed. So, and the second one is now, comrades, what contaminated many political parties, many political formations with their beautiful policies and everything is greed. Everyone wanted to be a leader, and to be a revolutionary. You don't need a position to be a revolutionary, but people are fighting for positions. And that has actually derailed many political parties that were actually promising. But greed became a problem. I would love to make a submission, Comrade President, that we need to have a school of governance within Mayibuye. I saw one of the ministers tweeting a fake content of a particular legislation. This is a minister, and she tweeted something, so it means the minister is not really well conversant with South African legislations. So when we go to the municipalities and we go to the provincial legislatures, we go to the National Assembly, we must be ready to govern. We must not start scrambling and we don't know what we are doing. So we request the School of Governance, both governance and ideological, capacity building. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Tobela, the comrades. Na maina ka ke lwalane Joseph Moraba ke jwa Makudu Tamaga Ward 18 region ke Sekhukhune. Le nna ke mongwe wa batho ba ile hore ke bile an activist ke tsene mo ka tsena mo le hono ke nagana hore ke mo mafelelong Comrade Floyd. So, Comrade Floyd, commanders, come gare na re le mo. Go na le ntwe nngwe le gore a re tlhokomele mo gare ga rena. Ke go disrespectana. Rena ka borena. Rena ka borena ge re tloga mo gone jwalo. A re sa tlhomphana. Ene ntweo ke yone e dirang gore re destroy image ya motho e mongwe. Jwalo be ke gopela gore ka gore mo ke Mayibuye Africa re kwešiše gore leina le reng le re Mayibuye Africa e ra gore ka moka ga rena re swantse o ba felo mo go tea le ge e ka ba e le gore nna se ke se bolelang ga o sepedišane le sona se be ka gare ga molao. Mayibuye Africa e na le molao se be ka mo gare ga ona. Ke yone la ba bolelang ka gossiping e ka se re thushe. So ke a tswa mo go eo. Another thing e le gore e go batša ma-Africa ke melao e ya go tswa ka ntle. Bona sa mathomo ba re go na le le molato o na le mosadi a gago o na le lapa a ya go bege kae kwa di-court ba tlogela bomang ba tlogela mo e le gore re tlo nyalana ntse leng kae mo dikgošing so nto e tlo re destroya ka moka bana ba rena ga ba sa tlo dumela go nyala basadi le lebelleng ntho eo ga ba sa tlo dumela because o tlo fotloga a ya mo a ratang ga o tlo mmodiše gore monna o tswa kae o go iša court o napile o dirang wa go protection nto le ya protection e dira ntwa mo go nna le wena magoši ya kae ga a gona so go raya dilo tseo re tshwanetse o traya gore ka Mayibuye re boele morago re di lebelele gabotse so ke be ke ne gore ke fetse gannyane e nngwe Mayibuye Afrika ya rena ga e kgetholle batho le yena mogala jo ke seplan le yena go na le ba bantši ba ba swanago le yena ka Mayibuye a re ba tlhokomeleng re ba beng ka mogare ba tlo re thuša ka dilo tse dintši ge re ya di-votong ba nyaka ba tshwanetse ba e ba vote mara ge re dira tse ding and then re ba bja kae kwa thoko so ya mafelelo comrade president ke ya rena ba ile gore re be le di-veterans re be le di-soldiers before so ke kgopela gore o e hlokomele ga kudu banna ba gešo ba disgruntled too much ebile and then mentally ba gobala thank you
Ke a leboha.
Long live President Shivambu, long live. Long live my president, long live. Lata imana si valavulisa nga vulala swaku iya hlwela this process. Aive ku Mayibuye political party. Lo avalavula ku Chris Rikotso ativeka ku
Re kopa
Dewan.
leina la gago.
My name is Chris Rikotso, well known by the name Dewan. I'm from AADP as a chairperson ya Limpopo. I just resigned. Iloko livone pet mabandla leadership mabandla a poste Mayibuye. Then I followed President Shivambu. I resigned. And then so I called Mr. Mabandla. I said, no, I'm the member. Leadership, you are the Moses of our lifetime. We want to cross the Red Sea and the Nile and Jordan River to Canaan. Hallelujah. Comrade, leadership. You are our last hope. Nashamala leswi andriko ka patiliani ni vona a total difference. Monim Zela, you can ask spokesperson Mavandla. We can work the ground. Yesterday I bought this because I want to be like this. So you can take a shockway. So leshinga kon and propose membership for time being. Are we free? Time I join Sinvan, Maswana Gosuka, Nuaka, Set Rand, Sentala, Avatan Shop, Avat people are not working. Let us make it so simple. Membership are free, then look say power, not resources. Eli saying at a charge of 20 rand, just like that. So Shambiri, Mayibuye must not be for Mashangani as the president of Mashangani. No. I not found our MK Mazulu, no. Ina venda mpeti muyini yenti yele nyakanyaka. Mayibuye. So leshin kagunta na show. Kwambela resources t-shirts. Maswana niri. I'm from Chairperson province. Bona la vanga Thailand. Votal. For Mina, another position, I want to work the ground. So ntaka leswanga suvula leadership Brenda. Kat makata that health. Leadership. I was admitted at Kensan. This is too much painful. Avanda Elisa Mukap, soft forage. At 4 o'clock in the morning, they give the patient. He won 9. And it is cold. You cannot eat soft forage being cold. So you must let the leadership go and check. From here, Aga Kensan Hospital, you go to Madam Lele Hospital. You will see the same. I thank you.
Thank you. Comrades, please let's be brief.
Thank you very much, leadership. And
Sorry, can we get someone to assist and switch off this heat? Continue, comrades.
Thank you very much, Speaker. My name is Nico Maluleke, and I'm still within the youth age bracket. And I come from Bembe region, College Chabani sub-region, ne Homaka Wat 17, Kampambo village. My submission to the leadership and to, with no doubt, our future President of Republic of South Africa, Comrade Floyd Shivambu. To the leadership, I want you to note the following, that Mayibuye Africa should prioritize the 3 bottom lines on addressing the imbalances: the poverty alleviation, the unemployment, gender equality. For that fact, in terms of poverty alleviation, let Mayibuye start from our communities. Push the community social responsibilities. That is the way forward. In terms of unemployment, let the skills and training initiatives be prioritized. I've noted very well that we have, or you have already established the pool of medicals. We have plenty of professionals. I, for one, I come from the tourism sector. I'll be happy to see different disciplines or different professionals within Mayibuye. We want to see the social worker wing. Medicine, it's already there. Our lawyers, our teachers, to mention a few. In terms of gender equality, I think I'm already answered by the speaker to say, in Mayibuye prioritize the gender balance. And indeed, the gender balance is balanced. The last call on that, in terms of the composition, the youth desk. The youth is crying, it's confused about the politics of South Africa. It will be good that in Mayibuye, Africa introduce the youth desk from the national level to the local. The youth is long waiting, they are frustrated and unemployed. They are already educated, but they don't have opportunities. It's not yet unlocked. With that, as I conclude, in terms of education, indeed, through that youth inclusion, solution to unlock corruption in terms of mismanagement of NSFAS schemes in our higher education and learning institutions should be taken into consideration. And my last suggestion is to say the PR and communication strategies. Let it be in light. The issue of how we communicate to our people is very important. And then also the induction and workshop for our leaders, very important. I'm happy that the consultation started as a process and part of inducting our people. And then also political awareness for youth in a form of education. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Vitoni Lamula
ako tshware ya lendate ke kopa ba ba emeng ka maoto a re dule mo ditilong tse di vacant. O ka tswela pele.
Na cancer. Vito ni Lamula Mavunza. Nisuka Ward 13, Sub-region ya Giyani, Mopani District. Nikombela kuvulavulela vadyuhari va le Ntaku hi kona leyi. Loko leswi endlaku ku ni lava ku vulavulela vadyuhari hi leswi landzelaka. Loko ho languta ti-election results ta nkarhi wun'wana na wun'wana kusukela kwele ka 1994 ku fika sweswi ni tshemba na ku ya mahlweni, ANC a Limpopo hi laha yi dyaku koho, hi laha yi winaku koho, and yi wina hi mhaka ya vadyuhari. Loko ho swi tekela ngopfu enhlokweni ku tlhogomela vadyuhari, ni na ntshembo wa ku swi ta hi fikisa kun'wanyana, goza leri hi nga ka rona hi ta ri fikelela. Xilo xikulu sweswi lexi humelelaka vadyuhari le ni huma kona, la ni humaku kona ni huma ka vukosi bya ka Dzumeri, hosi Dzumeri, la hi nga na 21 villages. Ni tlhela ni va mutshami wa xitulu wa council ya vukosi bya ka Dzumeri. Vakhegula hina vo tala ngopfu, vakhalabya hina vo tala ngopfu, kambe va hlupheka. Va tekeriwe ti-pay points. Ti-pay points ta mudende wa vona a ta ha ri kona a kusuhani, a ti va fikeleli. Tiposo le ka hina leti pfariwile, a ka ha ri na tiposo lava kuma mudende wa vona kona. Loko moya ku ri maheleni ya n'hweti mi ya laha dorobeni ra Giyani, a bank a wu ngheni, vakhegula va collapsa no collapsa, no lova va lova va ha yimele mudende wa vona. I swilo swin'wana leswi hi fanele ku swi tekela enhlokweni swinene. Hi ku loko hi vulavula hi service delivery, service yi fanele ya la vanhu va nga kona, ngopfungopfu vakulu va hina, vakhegula na vakhalabya. Leswi va nga swi endla va ku vo antswisa lava ka gogo, sweswi vakhegula hi xitalo le mi kuma va hola mudende ya vona aka ti-spaza shop ta Mapakistan. Mapakistan lava a va hakeli na tax, a va endli nchumu vo koleka yi famba ya a Pakistan. Se i swilo swin'wana loko ku ri ku mpela hi tiyimisele ku hlula, hi nga va siyi ndzhaku. Na swi twisisa timhaka ta lavantshwa, kambe na vona lavakulukumba a hi va tekeleni nhlokweni. Xin'wani xi karhataku le ka hina leyi, ku na pipe yin'wana ya mati va ngo eNandoni Giyani Dam, water pipeline. Pipe liya ni nga ku lembe leri i ra vu 18 yi ri busy, a yi heli. Loko ku towards elections va yi sungula va tirha, loko ti-elections ti hundza va pfala yi yima, a ya ha yi mahlweni. Va tlhela va na tipipe leti ti celeriwile va ti pfukula, ti ta tlhela ti celeriwa futhi hi ti-elections leti taka. Se hi swin'wana leswi hi fanele ku swi languta, a ni tivi mabiliyoni mangana nga dyiwa kona. Xin'wanyana na ha ri kwala ka vakhegula na vakhalabya le ka hina le, loko ku ri na nkosi weekend yeleyo a wu vutisi, i ta vona hi xitarata lexi nga khuleriwa ku lexi xi ya nkosini xi ya ka Mavundza lexi. Loko nkosi wa ka Mavundza wu hela, a ka ha ri na effort leyi endliwaka, ene swa karhata aka vakhegula na vakhalabya le makaya. Xo hetelela hi ku andla ku dya nkarhi i ku swin'wani ni kombela ku hina hi hexe a hi tipfuxeni va ka hina, hi ku swin'wani ha swi vanga. Xichangani xi ri mintirho ya vulavula, hi nga hlawuri varhangeri makhanseli ya hina hi ku i thicara, hi nga hlawuli murhangeri hi ku i vulavula ngopfu xilungu, hi nga hlawuli mirhangeri hi ku i yimbelela ngopfu wa cina swinene ene i swilo leswi hi onhelaka sweswo. Mina a ni ta ku loko hi fanele hi hlawula varhangeri, munhu a vi a kombise vurhangeri sweswi a nga si ya va murhangeri, a ti kombisile ku wa swi kota ku rhangela. And se hi ya ku xo tlhandlekela ka swona hi ya ku murhangeri loko hi lava mukhanselara a ku vi na ti-cardinal rules leti nga va ti ri kona. Mukhanseleri wa hina i fanele a hi byela ku vakhalabya na vakhegula lava nga kona ka muganga wolowo i vangani, swihole i swingani, lavo pfumala vana lava nga riki na vatswari va nga riki na nchumu i vangani. Loko o tsandzeka ku hi nyika that criteria then a nga qualify ku va murhangeri, a nga belong kona ka community yeleyo. Loko i ri ka community yeleyo i ta swi tiva swilaveko hinkwaswo ka community yeleyo. Se leswi a swi dyondzisi hina hi ku hi tlhela hi rila poso hi nga hlongorisi tiposo. Tiposo a ti hlongorisi mintirho, hi nga hlongorisi tiposo. Loko hi endla sweswo we'll reach somewhere. Ene swin'wana hi ta swi a hi nge languteri vurhangeri ku byi swi endla, hina hi hexe hi ta va hi swi siverile. Inkomu.
Ya leboga.
Mayibuye
Afrika.
la komisa ku tlava ni kwala va nga vulavula. All protocol observe. Mina Mtombeni John wa ku huma ka Malamulele a College Chavani Ward 23 Section B. Hi komisa swinene swo tala vanhu va lavulerile a va vulavulela na mina. Se lexi mina lavaka xona hi lexi i ku na swi vona ku nga u lava ku vulavulela ku hi suka hi vulavurile ho va ti-CD ta scratch. A ni kombela ku president, the next president a va hi phaki tifomo ya tirha hi ku vulavula a hi ku tirha mara ku tirha i ku tirha. Ku vulavula ngopfu a hi ku kuma timembara mara loko hi tshamila hi nga vulavula za rixa hi nga tikuma timembara le makaya ku ri a hi jumeleli lavan'wana va hatlele ya kuma timembara ni ta vuya hasi.
Ya leboga.
Good evening.
I got sorry, Yolanda. Comrades, this side, we were giving you our undivided attention. May we please respect the comrades when they make their points. I'm also going to request that female comrades, let's raise our hands, because when I go that side, I'm no longer coming back.
Good evening to the President, our national and provincial leaders, to all the volunteers as well. My name is Thabo Silo Ise, originally from Zanin. I am now based in Ward 19, under Westernburg. As I was doing my door-to-doors, talking to some of the citizens of the country, I realized that indeed a new political party is needed. And I just wanted to know that as you have spoken about the elections, the local elections which will take place next year, and the national elections 2029, what is it that we can be doing in the meantime? You might ask why such a question. I've never been involved in any politics. I was just a member of another political party. I have done politics only in theory. I've studied local government from the University of TUT. So I'm somebody that I was very much ignorant. But as I studied and graduated, slowly, my mind started changing. And as our president implemented Mayibuye, that was when I realized that I think it's time now to participate. People are excited, Mr. President. People have got too much faith in you. As they were saying, they said you are one of the most educated politicians in our country, and which is true. There is another interview that I was listening to you. I think it was Hilal TV, if I'm not mistaken, where you spoke about countries that were able to overcome unemployment rate, countries like China and Ethiopia. I mean, they say numbers don't lie, and if you check statistics, you'll see that I think China's unemployment rate is about 14%, if I'm not mistaken. So those laws, Mr. President, they are laws that could actually help us as a country, that could actually help us as a youth. I am self-employed, not by choice, but because there is just not any work. I'm no longer a youth. I just turned 36 in March. So meaning I might not even be recognized as I apply. So Mr. President, we are following you because what you are saying is relevant to what is happening in our country. And indeed, if you go to the Department of Labor, you go to the clinics, just like Malumi as he was speaking, you would see that the services are not on point. I remember I was in another municipality, I won't say it by name. The lady actually cut the line when it was my turn, and she told me she's going to lunch. I had to wait an hour for her to come back for me to be assisted. If you go to the clinic, you will find them having coffee, whilst people have been sitting since 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. in the morning. Go to the Department of Labor. I was there the other day, just introducing Mayibuye to the people. And some of the things that they complained about is that we've been here since morning. It's now 10, it's now 11. We haven't been attended to. Nobody has spoken to us. So are we going to wait until 2029 for us to start working, or we start working now? And then if we start working now, what are the procedures to be taken so that we can start working? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good evening. My name is Vanessa Mrauzi from Ward 12 Makado sub-region in Vembe region. There's a community that picked up, sorry, I'm also a former youth leader in the region of MK Party, and currently I'm serving as the Global Secretary General of African Youth Improvement League. It's a Pan-African organization, and also I'm serving as the National Youth President of Informal Economy Development Forum. There is a comrade back there who also said something that we need to gather the skilled youth to have programs that will teach them how to put them on the database and also target on all that. But that is not the problem that as young people we are facing. We have got so many learnership, we've got so many internships in the country that are teaching young people into different skills. But now the problem that we have, it's where do we place them after training them? Having a skills in all these communities that we're having, it's not a problem. But Mayibuye, what we are proposing, or what I can say, is that in Mayibuye must prioritize or have the placement facilities. Mayibuye must build the placement facilities for us young people, so that after being trained on those skills, they know where to place us, so that we can be able to challenge this youth unemployment. Maybe also Mayibuye can also look at partnering or working with civil societies organization, or I can say Mayibuye must have its own programs that will deal with youth unemployment and prioritize skills development and entrepreneurship program that focuses in all sectors. The programs must not only focus on training us young people, but after training, we must know where to place them, because this is a new political party. Yes, my president, we are ready to work the ground. We don't fear the ground respects us. But the question that I know that will rise from all other young people on all, our societies is that we have heard about your new political party, but what makes you think you are different from others? What specific plans do you have for our community? We need to know how to answer those questions. So in my conclusion, I will say don't remove people you have placed in the name of we need experience. We have been from other political parties, where now leadership will come and impose their own people in the name of we need experienced people. Mayibuye must teach us, must train us, must build us in order to occupy those leadership positions and positions of power. So lastly, please don't impose leadership on us leaders. Just build us, because we are the people who are going to continue your legacy, Mr. President. And lastly, I will say, Mayibuye must also come up with its own age limit of the youth. We must not copy other political parties, but we must come up with the age limit of the youth. Thank you.
Thank you. Can I note another female on the same row? Let's move to this row. I'm noting 3 hands on this row. Comrades, let's move. Let's not be disruptive.
Enkomo namshaweta inkweni. Mina Pete Mzamani Shivure akamchipisi from Bemme region Ward 25. President, nikombela lesi president, mina bana, mitswali bana van'wana mavavona. Va tshikeni va ya tirha, va kurile. Hi kasile swi ringanile, hi swi vonile. Hi tshikeni hi famba hi ya tirha a Joni. Hi tirhela mindyangu. Se hi chucheni, president, hi kombela ku tirha. Hi kombela ku tirha, hi chucheni la ku tirha. Leswi mi nga swi vulavula hinkwaswo is clear. A hi na mati lama hi tshama kona, mina ni tshama ka Mchipisi. A ko va na mati ho xava mati. Sweswi antlele hi tifoni leti la anteku kona mina. Anteku ka MK ani na branch ka Mchipisi. But now tifoni tolo na vusiku va le ku nilaveni kahle va ku va lava vanhu lava ya ni ta va nyika ni ku ana vikati bya n'wina na byi lava ni divozile mina ni divozile ni le ka Mayibuye. Se ai endleni xipidi mina na thala ni nga kona president na tha sho ni nyanyuku ngopfu ni la ku ta ku ni na hinku ni la ku ta ku katikati aka Mchipisi ku hana mapatu tindhawu hinkwato to tala ku hava mapatu. Leswi va nga swi vula Mr. Mabonda lava swi fanele ka hina ku khureliwa patu ya Mangwaveni ntsena. Akuna mati, akuna mapatu, akuna nchumu. President, hi tshikeni hi chucheni timbyana ta n'wina ti ya tirha. Hi lava tifomo hina kwalano. Amanda ta. Amanda.
I've noted 2 hands, 2 more hands there, and then we move to the next row. Comrades, can we be brief? I don't like cutting comrades when they speak, but I'm going to give each 1 minute now. It has started already.
Joel. Nagalibito ki Johannes Opa Chochi. Rai ke jwa Skukune. Ifrem Magal local municipality. Village Kimbozing. Kenel Puchoche Pedi. Ifela Rajwale for our honorable president. Beginaka no volela something. Kanare ke jwangoyona. Nare ke jwangoyona. Ke naga e setla mo e hlokago metsi ditsela di office ga mmogo le ditleliniki ke naga e leng gore le badudi ba gona ba shetse ba filo ka re ba ko planeteng e nngwe ba sa tseng gore re ka e bitsa eng ka lebitso gobane ga ina ditirelo. So president be ke gopela gore mohlang o gopotse go ka visita di sub-region nke o prioritize naga ya gešo ke bolang ka gona ba e bitsang Mbozeng go e checka mo mmepeng e re ga Mampuru. Ge nka bolela ka manyofonyofo a diregang ko Ifrem Mogale re ka bolela bošego ka moka go ba go asa ka ge e le gore nna ke moetapele a sa boifing le lehu ene ke sa le moswa gobane ke a tseba gore ge ke le moetapele ke hwile ke boletše se e leng gore ke a tseba gore se ka tlhomolana ga mmetlo ba ba tšereng ka tsebe ba tla šala ba se tšwetša pele a gone ro ka bola lefase ka moka lefetše ba le moetapele wa gešo ke a le kgopela baetapele ka moka le ba le lego ka moka ke a tseba gore le baetapele ka moka jwale ka nna mo ke tswang gona ke ward committee re ka mo go tlo bolla nnete go na le gore le tle re nyakišiše go la ka mabitso le hwetse le gore re itile o ka re Mayibuye mara re tswa go di-organization tše di itseng
re a leboga
so potšišo tša ka be e le tše pedi no be ke no ba ke a ke re le re utsweditše nako ba le ba fileng nako e telele
o bona le motsotso le tee fela
okay ke a leboga potšišo ya ka ya mathomo ke di-resource okay ke le kwele okay ke le kwele okay potšišo ya ka shortly so ke gore gone jwale re a tloga ro berekela Mayibuye so ke kwele ba baetapele ba boletše ka di-resource ba bangwe mo re tswang gona di-village tša rena di farologane di kgole le kgole and then o hwetse le gore Ephraim Mogale ke nna wa mathomo wa go thoma Mayibuye so then ward 1 until ward 16 ke di-ward tša gešo go na le bo Motse West go na le bo Flagbushelo West go tlhokega the resource a sanka ra bolela ka di-transport gore go tlo bereka jwang gore nna ke kgone go fitlha ke tsamaya ke mobilize gona ko sa bobedi gore president a na o ka kgona go leader a national protest against Zimbabwe ka batho ba ba go tswa ka ntle ba re tshwenyang ka mo
comrades ke kgopela gore re be orderly ke buile ka re na le motsotso le tee fela
ndiko livhuwa mtshimbidzi wa mushumo ndi tshi khou livhuwa vhathu vhoṱhe ndi tshi khou livhuwa na desk ya vhurangaphanḓa nṋe ndi Kholenzo Mulaudzi ndi bva Vuwani ndi dzula Vuwani kha ward 14 ndi mu ward committee maybe ndi ḓo nyaga uri ndi ambe nationalization vele ndi yashu nationalization ndi yashu kha ri ndi ambe nga youth ba zwi ḓivha havhanoni vho gogo vha ri vha guma kha 35 and then ubva kha 35 uya phanḓa zwo nombo ri vho rejectiwa nṋe nda ndi tshi khou ri sa Mayibuye ri songo vha rejecta kha vha shume na vhone ngori vhana zwithu zwoṱhe zwino nga maanḓa nda tshi khou nyaga u ḓo ambela na kha grant uri kha grant vha tshi khou zwi vhona zwori vhathu vha khou fhela nga mahalo vha khou fhela nga dzi drugs muthu khou kala ana 50 years nda ndi tshi khou ri kha ri reduce age ya grant ibe 55 nda
re a leboga Can I get female comrades on that row? Yes, there's a female comrade there.
Yeah.
No, you will speak after him. Make your point, comrades.
No.
Let's be brief. 1 minute.
No, thank you, Chairperson. Get a trauba brief kudu. I'm from the royal family under Ward 15, Go Blueberg. Agree, President Obele, on the day that you announced that we are going to start with the consultation process, we are the first people that stood up to say, no, this is the leader, and this is the direction that we are going to take. But now, President, I'm disappointed, because coming to this this gathering, we have mobilized our members to say we are going to Polokwane. But all of a sudden, transport is alone. Looking at where I'm standing now, from Blueberg, President, we are only 2. There's no transport. Let's start. I'm glad because Secretary we are still going to have a political induction. We'll go and engage there. Thank you, and thank you very much.
Noma avatar file.
Ari buele mo miking sibongile.
Sibongile wakabila noma avatar file a ilim. Mina na xikombelo ka presidente ku ri loko ya minika matimba nkarhi walowo hi nga ta mvota hi 2029 hi kombela mi tlhogomela lava va titirhaka hi mhaka ku ri mintirho a yi kona mara va swi kota ku va nga endla swo karhi va ti endlela swibindwabindwani mi va supporta mi va fanda inkomu.
Ke a leboga. Botsisha ha ntate.
Namshaweta xo
1 minute.
mina nhlamulo Emmanuel Musandima already 1 minute herile ku vula vito mara first na kombisa ku ri lawani ku na vanhu ku na swiyenge swo tala ku na ti-followers ku na ti-votara ku na ti-politician then mhaka ya ku pimela na nkarhi yo endla ku ri van'wani zonde vo ANC zonda ti-municipality ti-mayor and so forth because va fika vulavula tiawara to tala hi va yingisela and then loko ku ri nkarhi wa ku hina hi vulavula they don't want to listen to us. So mhaka hi leyiwani ku hi ta aka Mayibuye leyiwa ya hina swi va kahle ne na ku hlamula ti-question leti nga vutisiwa hi our president. I will address you as well. Kuri, is there a need for another political party in South Africa? Mina ni nga yima lawani ni ve party yo sungula ku join and kumkhonto wesizwe because I saw the need ya ku ri as Africans most especially the black majority ala South Africa must unite so that we can take over he controller tiko ra hina ra South Africa because kuna swiyenge swimbirhi leswi ANC yi disappointaku ku nga timhaka ta land and wealth ya tiko yi controla ku hi vanhu vantsongo va nga rich. Less than 10 people are richer than the majority of the people.
As you conclude,
number 2, if yes, what should it be and what values and principles should it be? Mina ni nga yima in my principles and values ni zonda corruption. So na party leyiwani I be party leyi nga ta ku no to corruption, please. And then 3, what should distinguish the party from the rest? Party leyiwani I be party leyi yi endla ku mitirho than ku vulavula. Mitirho I mean actions. They say action speaks louder than words.
Thank you.
A Limpopo ina problem ya mati party instead of kundla ti rally ta 50 million aya xava ti truck at least ta mati ku ri ku addressiwa issue ya mati.
Thank you very much. Comrades, you can always send to our WhatsApp number all your comments. But for now, let us be brief. I'm going to give over to that female comrade. Can you rise, comrade? I'm on that row now.
Nakesa Chairperson Kunikwankar. Viton Mavasa Amkelan Carol from College Chavan Sub-Region, Vembe Region, Kuala Limpopo. Lesumila wako kuvula shona. Nlaku ranga elia yaku kuna need ya kuiva na political party ngwani shana a South Africa. Mina ni ri yes. Leshendla kuniku yes. Iku political party yako ifane fomu wa comrade Floyd lava engana kutemba ka vona ku vanga ba president ya South Africa lava nga entertainiku ti social media. President wa hina president ya kahle. Moni mbyela president va vina ti assault to tala ka ti social media a hi va voni ku responda hi ndlela yin'wana mara va ko vanhu lava hi nga va nyika nkarhi ku va ti president va hi poyila va vulavula swilo leswi nga khomekiki aka social media leswi vulaka va nge swi koti ku hi rhangela a va nga hi tiyiseli na vupenga se mina nta ku ni mi nyika matimba president ku foma ni vandla hina hi ready lava nga am president hi lava nga se va ku ready hina hi ready ku mi supporta mi ta kota ku hi yisa mahlweni xin'wana lava ku xivulanyana no kombela iku ya 1 minute leyi lava ku vula iku lexi lava ku xivula aka ha ri xo kondletela even ka ti political party to tala mikarhi leyi nga hundza ku tse ta fika la hi vakulu hina experience ya le tipolitikini ti-political party ti tshembisi vanhu vo tala van'wamapurasi tikhampani vanhu lava tirhaka tikhampani vatirhi ku ti tshama kha ti endla timachi ku hatoyitoya vatirha va khomu kahle and this and that loko va fika le va fika va nyikiwa timali va miyela a va ha endli na ti-follow up ta ku vanhu lava va khomisiwa ku yini vanhu va le ku phutisiweni mapurasini un'wana ve ri I hola so much hi siku ka payslip va tsala yo tala yi kota ku ya ka labor mi tshama hi swona se hi kombela ku hi ya swi addressa president inkomu.
Thank you.
Just a sec, just relax. Is it a female or a male with two
Let's
attacking?
give him and then we move to the second row. Comrades, I'm going to give you the number of where you can send all your details of your comments and your questions. The number is 078 439 9052. 078 439 9052. Can we proceed 1 minute? The rest you can send on your WhatsApp.
Thank you, Chairperson. Lina Lakakin David Sinomadi from Capricorn Mule sub-region. Napela Kinyokono fa ditabanyana tse tharo jana. Rena President, ke gale ro latela pleke tse dintsi yo were my DP. And then I moved from there. I follow you somewhere where you come from. And then I was waiting for you to do what we did now. But to back one mole ke gale ba major wena o dire mogatlo ile ngore kwa batho ka moka. Ibile ba stibanya go rutia kwa mole or no wena o rutia ka mo risa ka mo rutia ka mo risa ka mo ke the thing called Floyd is a man. I know Floyd was my DP. Is going to do it. Even now I'm still saying that, but membership ya rona be ke gopela hore e be 10 rand because re rula mo rural area ba gekulo ba tshwenya le batho ba re ba le di membership tse dingwe tse di ka tsa o thoka tsa o spatrel. And then be re gopela di road tsa mole metsi electric a re gone o tsamaya Floyd ka kwa a rena mo re sepela ngona. And then re gopela hore batho ba di place ne ba checkiwe ba sokola kudi too much kwa mverekong aba khono o help you kwa ke se ke tshwerene for wena today Floyd.
Ra leboga.
Thank you.
1 minute, comrades.
Mina climate na maphahla from Bembe region Makhado sub-region a Elim Ward 2. Lexi ni xi kombelaka ka n'wina leadership hinkwenu xo sungula ni kombela ku loko ku ka ku thoriwa mintirho fambani mi ya dlaya a palamende leswiya swa ku 18 to 35 mi ku all for people hi kota ku ya ku tirheni hinkwenu. Xa vumbirhi vana i kurile i na 30 years namuntlha i nghene xikolo a nga na mali ya ku ya yunivhesiti i lo tshamile ku nyika mtlomboti. Hi na xikolo a Elimi a Lemana xi pfariwile hi na college. Hi kombela mi ya phusha leti ofisini i khale khi ya hi tsale mapapila hi ku hambanahambana va te va ta hi xisa va hi promisa va ku 2027 va swi ta ku va ta va votiwile. Se hi kombela mi ya phusha ku college leyi a yi pfuli n'wana loyi wa 30 years na yena a ta kota ku kuma dyondzo. Inkomu.
Ra leboga. 1 minute. Thank you, comrade.
Thobela ke Macheba Phosa Botokwa under Ward 9 Capricorn. Nna ke na le bothata botse be ke lapile ka dilo ja megato mara ke gale ke lebeletse ke re mara ke mane ya ka di kolela at least ha re la molela ka ra bothata bo re bene ka ra bjona nna le mpona ke ka mogwano ke kubilwe mmerekong ka lebaka la go se patele 500 every month ke fa batho ba dipolotiki so ke dutse fase ke lekile o lla ke paletswe ka mogwano ke dutse ke kubilwe ka lebaka la go se patele sebela sello sa ka gore ke gopela re megato ngo emelele o lwele rena ba o tshwana le rena ka lebaka la gore dingwana batho ba bereka or ba bereka bjana a re tsebe ba tsene bjana a re tsebe rena ba o se tsebe o re ba patela bjana ka dikhonene ke rena ba o kubiwa ko mongwe wa bona o kubiwa.
Ke a leboga. Let's move to the next row. Let's give female comrades there. I've noted their hands. Yes, comrade with the green top. Thank you. Followed by the red jacket.
Nampushela hinkwenu vito ra Yesu, amen. Ni rhandza ku ya khensa nhlengeletano hinkwayo na leadership hinkwayo xikan'we na president wa hina. Ni lava ku yima ngopfu yo vito mina Glenda Gracious Xipalani from Phalavura municipality ka Ward 4. Ni lava ku yimela ngopfu timhaka ta ku ka ti-university vana va hina bile ku xanisekeni loko va lava ti-applications va lava ti marito ta ku nghena hi toho. Se ani isa marito lama ka president ku mi swi tekela nhlokweni ku hi kombela mi ya hi pfulekela ka voko ku nga ha vi na ticoco leti ti nga ta va ti ri koho ka vana va hina loko va nghena ka tiyunivhesiti loko ya ri mati lama hi nga ma kuma namuntlha tora leri a hi ri twa a hi nge he pfuki hi ri twini nakambe. Inkomu.
Thank you.
Thobela le nna ke le dumedishe ka lebitso ke nna Dimakatso Mathere ke tswela Sekhukhune masepaleng wa Ephraim Mogale Ward 14 nna be ke no te gopela fela gore re gopela recognition as LGBTI and then ke gopela gape le for mental health gore lona di awareness tša gona le tsona re e be lo tše e leng gore re di checkile cause baswa ba bantši ba tshwenyega when it comes to that. And le ka sports re ke re ska no ba so khale netball fela go na le mmino a setšo go na le batho ba go drowa go na le all that so le tsona ra gopela gore di tsentšhweng di lebellweng ke a leboga.
Ke a leboga. A re faneng ka microphone moo.
Ke a le dumedisha wa bolela go ke Thandiso Nona from Elias Motswaledi Ward 14 be re kgopela Mr President re go thabetše ra go latela ene re go latetše go tloga gale le mo o tšwago gona ebile be re fela pelo ya gore o fihlaneng o tlo o re thuše ene re a leboga go ba le moetapele wa go swana le wena o ileng gore o a gona dilo tša go swana le manyofonyofo a ileng gore re a hwetše mo gore mo ntho e be ke kgopela go president ke tee ra sokola president mo re tšwang gona ra sokola ditsela ga di gona bana dikolong ga gona ba fetša sekolo ga gona ntho e leng gore ba ka e dira ga gona tšhelete ya go ba tšweletša pele be re kgopela president gore tla o tlo re thuše naga re na le yona. We want economical South Africa. We want our land back. Naga e occupaile ke makgowa mo ileng gore batho ba ileng gore ba na le tsebo ya tša temo ba palela go go hwetša space re kgopela gore o re lwele ke a leboga.
Re a leboga.
Option, mina nhlala Nkuna. So yokusungula point ya mina it's about ward demarcation because even a meeting in our municipality in Greater Giyani. So ba kata ti ward you find gore there's a place referwa ko as a location mixed with a village. So now they've cut and mixed all the wards and that is a problem because when that happened, Rika MK. So now we don't have the information, Yako. If we are going to vote for Mayibuye in 2026, how many people from a certain VD belong in a certain VD because all the words have been cut and mixed with other words that are far. It's just a chaos when it comes to that. So we'll need help because that is going to contribute towards elections in 2026. And information like that, because the people in power are ANC leaders. And then number two, I like the idea Yako, the manifesto should represent the people on the ground. Because right now in Giyani, we have a situation where yesterday the councillor was announcing there will be pit toilets. But most of the infrastructure in the villages of Giyani have improved. People no longer need pit toilets because you'll find there's pit toilets in in one household. So can we change the strategy when it comes to the manifestos? If we have to build a sewer system or septic tanks, that will assist because the infrastructure has improved. Another one, I want to direct this Kati Hosi. I know we have Chief Magona. Comrades, let's take this into consideration. Our chiefs are also contributing to the problem that we have. We have an 8 hectares land in Giyani. That land has been sold to Somalians for cemetery. We have Somalians that are renaming the streets. And to me, that's sort of like rewriting the history, because 20 years from now in Guyana, we won't recognize the place, because all the streets will be named after Somalians and Indians and all that. So our chiefs are also contributing, because they are selling this land to the foreigners because they have money. Now you find in a street is only 2 people that are. Can I finish, please? But I'm trying to speak sense.
You were given 1 minute, my
understand.
Comrades,
Can I finish?
Let's allow the comrade to finish.
So we have Nigerians, all these foreigners in our streets. So that's another problem. So when we vote Mayibuye into power, can we at least try to deal with the issues of foreigners? Because it's a problem. And now they are trying to rewrite history. Because if now they have schools, they are renaming the streets, they are having their own clinics, and then that leaves us with nothing. Another thing, another thing that I wanted to point out, in Makaya, the agricultural situation in Guyana, we have one tractor that belongs to the Hlaisi family. We have one MEC who was the MEC of agriculture. He got into power within 3 months. He financed his farm in his own village. But you find someone who's owning a tractor trying to assist the whole Guyana. And that's not enough. So right now, mina angona kati politik ta viva na skipa. Even if we don't have the t-shirts, let's take the resources that we have and at least industry also meaningful in our communities. And also another thing, when we have meetings, let's also try to have a policy of some sort. Okay, if we are having a meeting for 2 hours, is it necessary that we eat? I'm talking from experience with MK Lahergon, because you find people, the meeting starts at 10, is for an hour, but the leadership delays and somehow the meeting takes place 2 hours later. And somehow that leaves people stranded. They would want food, they would want water. So as we try to build Mayibuye, can we be punctual with time so that we eliminate the unnecessary expenditure of food and water on things that could have like taken 30 minutes and people go home? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Comrades, the WhatsApp line is 078 439 9052. I'm going to now be very strict on time. Let us have that 1 minute. 1 minute.
Ngiyabonga. Igama lami nguWinnie, isibongo sami ngakaMoyana, ngibuya eElias Mtswaleli.
Comrades, let's be orderly.
Ngibuya eElias Mtswaleli eWard 8. Nginamahloni ukuthi ngingathi ngiyi ward committee, because ngiyi-ward committee elinganamsebenzi, elimane liya kuma-workshop liyodla imali ye-tax yabantu base-South Africa. Yiyo lento engenza ukuthi ngibe namahloni. But namhlanje ngiyabonga ukuthi nayi masibuye. Asibuye. Mayibuye. Ngicela ukubuyela nani eWard 8 naseWard 11 eElias Mtswaleli. I'm ready ukuthi ama membership ayogcwaliswa. Sibuye siyosebenza. Asambe siyosebenza iground. Siyekela ukublame. Singakhulumi kodwa masenze. Asase nama membership siyosebenza. Kube ama membership akhulumayo. Singakhulumi ngemlomo yethu sifuna ukuthi upresident asibone. Kodwa sambeni siyosebenza. Abantu la ngaphandle bayakhala. Ngiyi-ward committee na 30 years. Ngiku-industry yokuservice umphakathi. Nothing eyenzakalayo. Mara akusima event ni wamamelo yelo. Agcwele. Mara abantu bayahlupheka. Manje semakhethweni. Masemakhethweni bayovela. Bavele bagcoka amamelo yelo. Bahambe baphe ama-fruit parcel, bapha abogogo ama-50 rand, ngoba bafuna ama-vote. After they abasasazi. Nginamahloni ukuthi ngiyi-ward committee. Ngicela nihambeni nami.
sicela ama-membership siyosebenza.
Thank you so much. Comrade Sydney, can you hand over the microphone to the comrade from Skukun? Yes. Thank you.
Thank you very much. My name is Dumisa Madalani from Sekhukhune region, Fetagomotwatsi sub-region, Ward 31. I'm a PR councillor currently at Fetagomotwatsi local municipality, and I'm ready. I know that soon, maybe in 2 weeks' time, they will write me a letter to take me out. I'm ready for that. Comrade Floyd, I want to make a warning to you and your leadership. We are going to risk our families by joining this movement because we support that you are principled and you are educated. My warning that I want to make, don't be obsessed with power like Julius Malema. Don't be obsessed. Know that power is a commodity. If you have power, you must make use of it in a correct way. So now we are going to make our families to suffer so that we can have a better future. We trust that you are a Joseph of this family. As we are following this leadership led by you, we believe more especially in you, knowing very well that we've been following you at the parliament. We knew how you conducted yourselves. We know that you don't have scandals. We know that you're educated. I was even surprised to hear one political analyst who always side with a ruling party and who will always say wrong things about other political parties. He was asked about you. They said, how do you value Floyd with a new political formation? This political analyst is Elvis Masora. He said, Floyd is an educated man with so many degrees, and he is humbled. I don't want to judge him as to whether you will fail or you will make it a right thing. So it means you even pose a threat to arrogant political analysts. Keep it up the way you conduct yourself. So the input that I want to make, as we are moving towards a fourth industrial revolution, let's align our education from the foundation phase with computers. Let us teach our young people with computers from foundation phase. It is quite embarrassing to find people at university levels who cannot even know how to log in into a computer. So this shows that this person, you cannot regard the person as an educated someone because he still lacks something. He cannot deal with the system. And again, lastly, the municipality is a vehicle for service delivery which is near the people. Let us at least try to change this long dry of Municipal Finance Management Act. Because for a service provider to be appointed to patch a pothole, it takes almost 90 days. It will make us to fail. But if we can try to reconsider that as well, so that whenever we lead, we don't fail, it will help us. I have a lot, but I will submit. Thank you.
Thank you very much, comrades. Can we pass the mic, the row right behind him? Yes, next to the comrade who just spoke, and then the row behind him.
Thank you very much, and a revolutionary greeting to the leadership of National. My name is Steve Muhutiwa. I am from Waterberg region, Tabasimbi sub-region. I think the president is quite aware of that particular sub-region. Comrade, there was a question that was posed, and the question was whether there is a need for the formulation of a party. And I concur, or we believe that we concur, all of us, that there is a need for the formulation of this political party that is going to set the poorest of the poor, the masses of our people, to freedom. But, Comrade President, take into cognizance, like you have elaborated or indicated in some couple hours back, we are faced with challenges, particularly who are coming from mining community, particularly in Tabazimbi, where I come from. The social and labor plan, President, the M-breeder the DMRE, those particular piece of legislations are not implemented at all cost. And it needed a tool of this magnitude to further the interest of our people and masses on the ground, so that our people can avoid living in an abject poverty despite the fact that there are good legislation in place. That's the only way in which the social and labor plan is going to address the poverty, the historically disadvantaged, the imbalances of the past. Because these mines, their duties are no longer saving people at all costs. Their interest is to make sure that they enrich themselves. Those particular places like Tabazembe, where I come from, very soon they will become ghost towns. And once they become ghost towns, obviously they are going to elevate and open an opportunity for criminals and hyenas to take over. And once those people are in there, Comrade President, we know what is going to happen. Our people are living in abject poverty, but nothing is meant for them. We are therefore appealing to you to make it a point that for those delegations that will be served to the parliament, they are going to drastically change the laws and the legislation. I thank you.
Thank you very much. Can we still speak there on that row? Hand over the microphone to comrade there. Yes.
I'll do that, Chair. There is a comrade amongst us here whose car is in trouble outside and it needs his urgent attention. The number plate is HFK 608L. HFK 608L.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. I'm going to be concise and precise.
Thank you.
On 2 points. Let me start by saying my name is James Manke.
Ha re buele microphone Ntate James.
Yes. My name is James Manke. I'm a former leader of the Young Communist League, former leader of the ANC Youth League, former leader of the ANC. I want to speak on 2 things. The first issue, the struggle in South Africa, is about land. The land question remains unresolved. We can't have a struggle and not resolve the land question. So for Mayibuye, one of the issues that we must deal with is the issue of land. I want to speak specifically on the issues of land in relation to what is referred to as a financial sector. I'm currently based in Polokwane. I want to give an illustration of a simple, basic issue. If you have to buy land, you must actually subject yourself to the banks, which are privately owned, and those banks do not own the land. So, of all the parties that exist in the country as we speak now, none of them are prepared to deal with the land question in the decisive manner. That's the first issue. The second issue is with regard to the issue of the financial sector. It is only in South Africa where the financial sector is in the hand of private capital. The state does not have the intention or the political will to engage itself in the financial sector. And this financial sector is where our financial problems and resolutions are there. We can't have any second stage of the revolution without addressing the financial sector, which leads us to say we need to build the capacity of the state unapologetically, dealing with the issue of the building the capacity of the state that will be able to represent the interest of the South African people. Because currently, as we speak, of all the political parties, including those who started raising issues of economic freedom, I can assure you, Comrade Floyd, none of them has the capacity and the willingness to deal with the transition from the liberation to economic emancipation. And hence, white monopoly capital invested itself and its resources on fighting each and every political force that want to deal with the issues of the land and the economy. So the political structure of South Africa is about political economy. If you can't address that issue, it's as good as we can close shop. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much, comrades. Can I give the last hand, the gentleman in a blue t-shirt and the gentleman next to him? Thank you. Briefly, comrades.
Ke a leboha chairperson. Ke lebohe le baetapele ba rena. Our state president in waiting and currently our president Mayibuye. Re really dumedisa mo baetapele ba rena all protocol observed. Nna ke nna Nelson Rachamisa from Mole East. Ko Botokwa ko Ward 2. My president. Re na le situation e lo re ka mara yona ya o rula lefase. Lefase le re ka se le gone ntle le re ka khumana support in terms of 2/3 majority. Country e re tsonye re tseba re invest ile mo youth. And then youth ya rena le ya bona or age wa ke dinyawo page wa ke di drugs. So all those substances our youth they lead this country tomorrow and forever in future. Now I think we should come with a program into these rehabilitations, because this rehabilitation those people there in drugs, and they can't allow or the rehabilitation jabona or the rehab jabona to be empty. They will still support or the drugs benefit. So we must come with something. Say study or stop it that route. And then I think we must come with a program after rehab, because they go to the rehab, they come back home, they still go to the rehab. Although I wanna way forward. So I am requesting, or let's make a point where we have a way forward. After rehab, let's make sure we place them in some institution, because those people have the skills. They got different skills. Some they are educated. We must make sure we try to places somewhere. I'm saying this, or we short the military, we short the structures change. So go hopela or qualify for thank you.
Ke letsogo la mafello le le next to Ndatemo. Ke la mafello. The rest can send their comments to 078-439-9052.
Thank you very much, Chairperson of the session. Greetings to you, President. Greetings to all Leadership Collective, Secretary General, Treasurer General. Greetings to you all. President, my name is Khare Matsimela. I am from Ward 11, Makhudu Tamara, local municipality, Sikukune region. You were going to be surprised by the number of people who were going to welcome you. When you were supposed to greet the Queen Mother, greet and visit the Queen Mother of the Babedi Nation in Sikukune district, because we were already on the ground mobilizing forces, because some of us, that area is where we were born and bred, even though we are currently residing Goma Kuritamal. So the traditional leaders of Sikukune region, Comrade Floyd, they are disgruntled. In fact, your visit there was going to rescue them, because in fact, I used to attend the meeting of the traditional leaders on Agumshat, even though I'm not the chief, because it's my home. They invite everybody when they have their own meetings. At one stage, somewhere 3 months back, the traditional leaders that are meeting there resolved to do away with the ANC, even though they were not yet decided on which political party are they going to support. So what I want to emphasize is, please, in your program, don't forget to visit that particular area. And in your visit, the time you decide to visit that area, make an arrangement to say, after meeting and greeting the Queen Mother, at least request them, the council, to arrange all traditional leaders, so that at the same day you will meet with the traditional leaders, so that they will be able to engage with you. Because in conclusion, with the Smolanyana research that we have conducted, because when we are consulting, we are also researching. We want to hear what the people are saying about Mayibuye. We are getting a lot of positive response from old and young people from Sekhukhune region to say, continue with the registering of Mayibuye Africa as the political movement which are going to rescue the people of South Africa, and also continue with that thing, localizing the manifesto. It's very much important because people of Sekhukhune, one of the things that they are crying about, the relocation. In fact, they are requesting their offices to be relocated. Remember, the regional offices of government in Sekhukhune region are in Capricorn. Capricorn is another region. They are requesting that those offices be relocated to Sekhukhune region. Thank you very much. I submit.
Comrades, thank you very much for having participated into this interactive session of volunteers of Mayibuye, all structures from across 5 regions of Limpopo. Thank you very much, comrades. I'm now going to hand over to these offices. The office of the SGO, TGO organizing, each 2 minutes to come and respond to all of us. Comrades, our website is www.africamayibuye.org. Our email address is admin@africamayibuye.org. Our WhatsApp number 078-439-9052. We can all send those comments, those questions that are still outstanding. You are most welcome, comrades. Comrade TG.
Amandla, Africa, Mayibuye. Comrade, thanks a lot, Comrade Chair. I think we won't waste time. The name Mayibuye, it's a Zulu name. I believe it's derived from bring it back. So what is it that we need to bring it back? It's our land, number one. It's our dignity, respect, and conscience. So if we don't respect each other, so there is nothing that will bring it back. So if we don't have conscience, we won't manage to deliver everything that we spoke about today. So it's very important, as a servant of Mayibuye, it starts with you. It starts with one. I'm happy because there is a comrade who transpired on rehab and everything. There is no way where umuntu lama drugs will go to the rehab abuye engekho right if yena self angafuni. So we are here. This is our consultative process that will lead us to a political movement, and we need to respect it, and we need to work on it with conscience. Comrade, there is a comrade here who spoke about this consultative. It's for everybody. Yes, he was right. From ANC, from EFF, from MK, from APC, from DA. Everybody today is allowed.
So it's not a certain faction of EFF, it's not a certain faction of MK Party. No, let us not confuse ourselves. Let us be clear when it comes to that one. But it will depend how we like to address each other. Last week I saw a certain clip. Some people, they were addressing General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, President of South Africa. So this thing of addressing each other, let us not make it an issue for now, till we reach the stage where the consultative will say now it's fine, we are turning it into the political movement. And another thing, comrades, I'm happy, I heard there is a comrade who reflected on time. Time is money. In the office of the TGOs, to be honest with you, we need to make sure that we take care of that. There are meetings that need not for us to cater for, need not to transport people, like today. Today, my comrades, it was a consultative where you are showing your own interest. So you are showing that you will go forward with this particular movement. When it comes to this thing that normally make noise between us as comrades, I've already heard this thing, and I came across with this particular question. How come, or who elected or selected those comrades who formed the provincial structures? If I'm not mistaken, there was a plea, or there was what you call a press briefing that took place on the 19th of June, where the leader, our leader of this consultative process, announced and invited everybody in all corners of South Africa and say, from the 21st of June, we are starting to consult. And comrades, with their own money, with their own transport, they drove, went, and they came to that particular address that was given on the press briefing of the leader that announced on that particular day, and say, anybody is allowed. When those comrades came there, a lot of comrades, I even remember I was part and parcel of that press briefing. And if you will remember clearly, he was sitting with Comrade Robert, because he announced publicly that he will volunteer for Mawusa. Even myself, I was with the journalist that side. Okay, it's fine. When he greeted everybody, he acknowledges that, hey, we've got even a former treasurer of Umkhonto Wesizwe. That was not meaning that in this process I will become a fundraiser in the TGOs. No. But at that particular point, he was alone and announcing and making a call or an invitation to any comrades from all corners of South Africa, from all 9 provinces. And I remember on the 21st, we even received some comrades that they flew from Western Cape, Eastern Cape, from Northern Cape, from KZN, all corners, even here in Limpopo. After that, he said, comrades, can we group each other with provinces and see, when we are starting this process, who can lead us on this process? If you were there, maybe you should be selected by that time. There are people who can fundraise or can become a treasurer general better than myself. But because we want to push this process to move, then during the process, it's when we'll be busy identifying different skills, different qualities of leadership in all sectors. And lastly, we've got already the Mayibuye process, consultative process, already established the Department of Social Responsibilities. It means siyenza asikhulumi kuphela. We don't promise, but we deliver. So already we do have that particular department that is heading by Comrade Hlumelo Biko, the son of Steve Biko. He's the one who is responsible for that. It means everywhere where we'll visit, when we identify the problem, we'll come back and try to attend that particular problem. Amandla.
Amandla. Mayibuye. Africa. Vito ra mina I Tshepo Mahanuke. Nun'wanyani va xifundzankulu xa timali. Hi Xinghezi va ri I Treasurer General. Ntirhisanaka na Comrade Menzi loyi a hetaka kusuka la. You know, there's a number of things that have been raised, and it's very imperative that we are unapologetic about our intention as onto this process that we are taking. While we're at that, taking note that in 1994, the unemployment rate was 20%. And as of this quarter, is 32.9%. It had increased by 1% from the previous quarter. In simple language, Mr. President, that means there's 237,000 people in the last 3 months that have lost their jobs. There's over 237,000 families that have lost income. You would wonder what's going to happen in the next few quarters. Africa Mayibuye movement will constitute a sound composition of skilled and knowledgeable members, not only for the purpose of the consultation, but for the greater cause of developing the country and bringing confidence in both social and economic factors. We are discussing an inclusive movement aimed at restoring the lost trust and long-suffering efforts of qualified unemployed professionals who, if given a proper opportunity, could significantly contribute impactfully to South Africa and actually the continent at large. The national convener had stated, we not only stand to support, but also to serve with diligence and commitment. As we may all know, that in the main, the common cause of most of our problems is job security and the provision of sustainable jobs in different regions and sub-regions. And that can be if we all stand against the mindset that limits us in only thinking of employment, but assuming the ideology of creating jobs to empower the unskilled and solicit guarantees in reduction of unemployment. In simple language, let us become entrepreneurs from where we are. And let's transfer the skills. One had made mention that there are those that have graduated sitting at home not getting jobs. Some have become entrepreneurs in soliciting funds out of the small salaries that you are receiving, that now you must pay a continuous contribution from your salary. But it takes your creative skill to shift the mindset of wanting to receive, but rather create a platform for you to be able to have income in our households. It is very imperative and very important that as we participate into this process and believing in this process, we need you to understand that we have heard you and will prioritize the needs with respect to the urgency of those needs. Mayibuye. Amandla.
Mayibuye. Africa. Thank you very much. Greetings to the national convener and all leaders who are here. And also greetings to yourselves. You are very important. We have been listening to your concern attentively, and we are taking them very serious. But first of all, I would want to apologize to the comrade down there who says the the transport was not organized well. We're very sorry about it. I'm sure in our next meeting it won't happen. We have noted that. We have been listening to you, comrades. You were talking. Today is your day for us to listen and go and implement your concerns. All structures will be gender-based. Will be balanced in terms of women and female. And it's happening you are seeing that in our leadership here, there are females, there are males. So it's going to happen even in the structures that are announced. We are very careful about it. Geographical spread, indeed, the national convener has emphasized around that. And we're sure it's going to take place. We will form all formations. The youth, we could hear young people here are concerned about their issues, unemployment. Young people are roaming around not doing anything, and that leads them to commit in crime, early pregnancy, teenager pregnancy, and all the other wrongdoing. You know that young people, they are very energetic, and they would want to use that energy. So we're very careful about that. We're taking that into our priorities. Religious desk also will be taken care of. Traditional leaders, you know, we as Black community, we were taught to respect, especially our kings and chiefs. The national convener has emphasized around that. He has a great respect for all the leaders, and we are going to ensure that they are respected as such, and they are going to be guiding us as well into this process. We don't leave out the traditional healers. We know that they form a stakeholder, a very important are a stakeholder that also play part in some of our community as human as we lead. Those who strongly believe into them, we must respect them. The other desk is women. It's very important. And I'm sure that all women here in the leadership will share the same sentiment, that we will make sure that women are taken care of in terms of their issues. We know that we've got almost 60% of households that are led by women. And that on its own, it tells you that there is a need to support our women on the ground. There is another desk that we not like ignoring it, but we feel good, see, we're not supporting them fully. Male. When we deliberate on our meeting, it came many a times that male are not being taken care of. Who is speaking to males? Where are the forums? So it's a forum that I think it will also appear, and we're taking it very serious. Because the gender-based violence, it indicates that at a high percentage, most people who are affected are women, and the perpetrators are male. Then it tells you that we need to close the gap. There are a lot of programs. You're taking a child girl to work and support the child girl, and then the question arises many a times to say, what about the boy child? So we really want to close that gap, and we will close that gap. We're taking these stakeholders very serious. But then again, to add on the women desk, we have a comrade, a lady called Nonhlanhla, who is leading. She's very informed about issues of women. So we're sure that supporting her, this desk will give us a change. Again, on the youth, Saturday youth will, all the provinces, representatives from all provinces, will be holding an induction in Gauteng. That then covers the concerns of young people. We will also look into the issue of the student movement, because we know that, like myself, I started from high school. It's very good to start politics at the early age, because I always tell people that nothing, even if in government or economically so, politics is involved. You really need to capacitate yourself, especially as young people. So we need to encourage our children to join these politics structures at school. Don't blame them, don't deny them the opportunity to go and contribute and thinking that they are going to fail, they're not going to be looking into their books. Politics sharpen your mind, that it requires you to read your books. So don't fear about it when they are politicians at the younger age. And all the institution, your university, we've heard your point that we need to ensure that we visit university. Now, of course, what is the political party without students who are contributing from all those sectors? We will also look into that. The issue of service delivery, you have been posing questions and points. We all know the state that we're in now as South Africans, that there is poor service delivery, especially around your municipalities. Our municipalities are not giving what is expected. And yes, it's true. The other political parties that we have, we know them, I don't want to mention them. They only come when it's election time. They come and give you food parcels. They come and tell you stories that they have done 5 years ago, and they said it's a good story to tell. We want to change our lives now. We want clean water now. We want proper roads now. We don't want history, because history doesn't bring us any services. And I would say there is a potential on communicating with your community, and they give us good ideas. We have noted so many beautiful ideas here, that it shows that if we're going to lead with you, we are going to make a difference. Not that nothing, what they call it, government of the people, by the people, but when people need to get the services, they are not being considered. So as Mayibuye, and as we are forging to a new political party, which I've listened and listed here, most of our speakers were saying, yes, we need a political party. Because you remember, that's the only system that we're going to be able to change the life of the black a person through your service delivery. I'm sure a national convener, when they call you president, we mustn't be apologetic about it. You see, when people are longing for a change, and when people, they see hope, they were excited to say whatever they want. It's not the national convener who said, call me a president. No, it's not the structure here says, let's call him a president. No, but it's what people down there. It's what people see there. They said people must see a leader in you. So you see a leader in him, as all of us. And then we will not shy away from that. If that is the stand of the people, so let it be. Thank you very much.
No, thank you, National Chair, the President, and the entire collective. I'm going to speak to two issues quickly. Number one is in relation to the military veteran. So there is something that we are working on. In due course, we'll announce. But for now, what I will do is to come to the leader, take your number, your address, exchange numbers, then you shall be contacted in terms of how we should move forward. Number two is in relation to specific roles that should be played by those that are deploying in our structures. There will be clearly defined role as to what is your position and what is it that we're expecting you to do, even at the branch level. So if you are a leader of Mayibuye and then you idle, you've got nothing to do, then it means that you are a potential criminal. An idling leader is a potential criminal. There shall be a lot of work to do. There is no leader that is going to just hold on a position and tell us "Rana, ke nna mongwaledi wa branch," but does nothing. Everyone who's going to lead must go to the ground and work. You've been calling for forms. You are going to get forms. Volunteer membership form. Don't do wrong things with our forms. Those forms are volunteer forms. If you get it, you'll read, you will see it does not even have an amount. Don't go and collect 10 rands and say this is a membership and eat people's money and then taint our name. It's a volunteer membership form. It's not paid. They will call us and tell us that so and so from Sukukuni has been collecting our 10 rands. How do you pay to volunteer? You are only going to pay when we convert into the membership. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, leaders of Mayibuye consultation process. I'm now going to hand over to the presidency. Comrade Nolubabalo Dinga.
Thank you very much, Chair. Abshen, Dumelang, Molweni, Riperile, Minjani. Hianyele, Floyd Shivambu, hianyele. Hianyele, Comrade Floyd Shivambu, hianyele. Hianyele, Comrade Floyd Shivambu, hianyele. Aye. Comrades, this is history today. In the next 10 years, when we are governing this country, we'll be quoting today, the 13th of July 2025 in Limpopo, where you have created history. Limpopo tonight is not participating. It's just put its mark into the future of this country. Can we please clap for ourselves? Thank you. You know, I was listening to everyone here, and there is just fire in you. And I just want to pour petrol and diesel in that fire that you have. As ready as you are, we are ready too. We just need to follow the process. I just want to encourage the Limpopo comrades. This is our movement. This is our party. This is our vehicle. We are all need to unite and not just wait for leadership to come to the communities. We are the leaders that must start in our communities. There's a gentleman here that is very adequate in his political language, Clive Polisa. Clive, start with the youth. Start speaking that political language to people, so that you create some of you. We have social workers here. Start in your community to go door to door to find out the neighbors, what are their problems. There's a website of Mayibuye. If you can see that you are having challenges, send us an email at Mayibuye. We have a lot of former members of parliament. We know the processes. We know how to go to all these departments that are not delivering to fight for our people whilst we are waiting to be in power. So let's start now, comrades, to work in our communities. What makes us different as Mayibuye is to taking lead in our communities and not wait for the government. We can govern right now whilst we are not in power, so that we can show the people that this Mayibuye is different. Unlike other political parties like MK, where they act as if it's an activation movement, where it's not, it's just causing parallel, they're fighting, they're actually making the white people happy by making sure that the legacy of the white people to rule and divide the black people is still carrying on. We in Mayibuye, we are not going to allow that. As the president, Comrade Floyd Shivambu has said, that we're not going to have those problems here. If anyone comes here to bring that culture or that spirit from the MK or the EFF to fight old people, we are not going to allow it. I'm sure our national convener, when we are busy putting the policies together. We're going to be very strict in that. We cannot do that. We cannot make the white people to be happy. This is our vehicle, as our comrade have said. This is our vehicle that is going to take us to the country of honey and milk, the country of our ancestors. We are going to return to Ubuntu. We're going to help each other. Black people back in the days before the white people came, we had a spirit of Ubuntu. We could help the other person. Now we can't help each other. So Mayibuye is going to bring back that spirit of Ubuntu. If your neighbor does not have food, you give them food. Amandla. Amandla. Mayibuye. Mayibuye.
Thank you very much, Comrade Nolbabalo. Comrades, I'm now going to request the national convener of the Mayibuye consultation process, Comrade Nyiko Shivambu, to come and address us. Comrade Nyiko.
Amandla, Mayibuye, Africa, Mayibuye, Africa. No, thank you very much, comrades. Thank you very much to all of us as volunteers of Africa Mayibuye. I'm truly humbled and far much more inspired now of the path that all of you said we should take. I think the mandate is very clear as to what is expected from all of us. And we're going to do exactly as you have said. We're going to constitute and found a revolutionary people's movement which is going to liberate not only the people of Limpopo but the whole people of South Africa. So that be rest assured that we have heard you clearly. We were supposed, as part of this first leg of consultations in the province, we're supposed to go to see Kosukuri Tony Ramabulana, but because of bereavement, we couldn't go to the royal family. They wrote a letter to say there's bereavement. And also we're supposed to see the Queen Mother in Skukune, but there were some developments that related to a court case in Bloemfontein, and we couldn't. But we are still going to schedule for those 2 visits so that we consult with the length and breadth of the province and we speak to everyone that we have to speak to. I think the leadership has spoken as to what are the immediate things that we're going to do. We've had all the inputs, very brilliant inputs that we're going to streamline into how we characterize and define this movement. We really appreciate, and the good thing is that all the inputs that you have made are on camera, are public inputs which even all of us will be able to review, and if there's something that we did not understand when you were making the input, we're going to revisit and be able to capture those. And as part of what was happening, I saw the leadership from everyone else who was speaking. Like we see leaders of Mayibuye, different levels for the youth structure, for the national leadership, for the province, for regions. You can hear when leadership speaks that leadership is speaking. You know, comrades, I'm not trying to flatter you. I've presided over elections machineries here in the province before. I can tell you now that us only here, I was saying to the Secretary General, Pepile Mahlaba, that with us here, just us here, if we were to go to the ground, we'll come back with this province, with all the municipalities in this province. The quality and the diversity of views and perspectives that we have here is far much more impressive. The generational mix, the voices that come from all angles, it's what will get us to persuade as many people as possible. Unlike other organizations where it's just young people, majority of whom have got no appreciation of the dynamics of what is happening in our communities. Here we've got leadership of royal families, traditional leadership, professionals like from the social workers, educators, everything that is needed here in this province, we have here in Mayibuye. And that is all you need to speak to the people, because we've got one message and multiple diverse voices that can persuade the people of this province. We can say here without any fear of contradiction that come 2026 and 2029, if Mayibuye is not number 1 in Limpopo province, it's definitely going to be number 2. There won't be any other political party that is bigger than Mayibuye here in the province. And one thing that is rest assured is that we're going to come back with some municipalities with outright victory here in the province. It will not make sense actually for any of the voters in all the municipalities to continue to vote for the ANC in all the municipalities. In November, we should have proper presence in Musina and Makado, in Collins Chaban, in Tulamela. I was saying to the Collins Chabani constituency yesterday that the municipality was established in 2016. It is, and they were given an establishment grant to build offices. It's almost 10 years now. There's not even offices of the municipality, just offices. There is nothing that is done differently in the so-called municipality. Guyana is dysfunctional, has never had anything. In Guyana, there is a water project of taking piped water from Nandoni Dam to Guyana, which is less than 50 kilometers. It's 18 years now. That project has not been concluded. 18 years. They put the pipes and then they dig them and remove them and then they put them again, and year on year, 18 years of an incomplete water project. And what do you call that? All the municipalities in Skukune, Elias Mtswaledi, Tubat, they're all dysfunctional. Ephraim Mukhali, we need an alternate government that must provide leadership to the people of the province. Even here in Polokwane, it's supposed to be an exemplary municipality. When there is this demarcation process, there was a consideration that perhaps Polokwane can be turned into a metropolitan municipality. But with the dysfunctionality and corruption that happens here in Polokwane, it's not even being considered now to be turned into a metropolitan municipality. But let's take it. Let's take Polokwane as Mayibuye in 2026. Even before 3 years finishes, they're going to be saying that Polokwane must be turned into a metropolitan municipality. Integrating Limpele Nkumpi, integrating Mulemolo, integrating Blueberg, and have a municipality that is going to deliver meaningful services to our people. Now, comrades, we must not doubt ourselves. We're on the right track in terms of the process that we're engaged in. So Mayibuye will be a space for proper political and ideological discussions that will satisfy everyone, but also will be space for action. That is the most important thing, that what will distinguish Mayibuye from the rest of these other formations, they call themselves political parties, it's action. We will take action, and actions will always speak louder than words. Mintiro itabalabula ka Mayibuye. That is where we are going in terms of this process. Now, the leadership of the province will visit the regions and all the comrades from the sub-regions, all the 22 sub-regions, the volunteers must know each other. So the leadership of the province, even the head office, must avail the database of all the volunteers in all the sub-regions. And then you must meet amongst yourselves. By the time the province comes to your sub-region, your region, you should have a sense as to who should play which role in your sub-region or in your region, so that the leadership of the province does not appear like they came to impose leadership on you. And the discussions must be honest. And comrades must be honest when there's a discussion of who must be the regional convener, who must be sub-regional convener. If you are busy with something else, you can't volunteer to be regional convener or sub-regional convener. If you know that you are only available on weekends only, you can't be unfair on the organization. And because if you are only available on weekends for a brief moment, you are going to only want to drive the whole organization to your schedule of few hours over weekends. So those who must be available for leadership at the regional level, at sub-regional level, must be dedicating their attention full-time on the work of Mayibuye. That does not mean that they must not be employed in terms of working as teachers, as nurses, but they must know that everything else that they do, everything must be about Mayibuye, so that we grow this movement. But if you know that you have got so many other commitments, be fair with the organization. You can volunteer at a ward level. If the ward obligations and demands are too high, you can volunteer at a VD level as well. Maybe if the VD is too difficult as well, you can volunteer at the street level as well. If the street is too long, you can volunteer at home and persuade the spouses and everyone else that you stay with there. We still appreciate the work and contribution that you are making. But one mistake that you can't make as a leader is to want to volunteer on tasks that you know you cannot fulfill. Let us be honest with each other in terms of this process. Because if you volunteer for the work that you cannot fulfill, when we come back to ask, where are the membership forms? Where are the programs? And you do not have a clear report, we are going to be forced to redeploy you to where you are supposed to volunteer at. And it must not appear like the other side where they change leadership every weekend and everything else. We do not intend to do that. And we do not intend to change leadership from time to time. We want leadership to be there consistently. We are going to distribute membership forms, so let's give at least 10,000 membership forms for the 5 regions. 2,000, it's not a lot of, because we've got 22 municipalities, so each sub-region, on average, we're expected to recruit just about 500 members for the next week or 2. I don't think there's any sub-region here that can fail to recruit 500 members in the next 14 days. So let's confirm 10,000 members. And comrades, the membership, because it's volunteers now, is for free. And the head office must build capacity to confirm that the people that you submit as volunteers have indeed joined. You did not go through your phone book and write people's names and then contact numbers. And once we confirm that, we will also ask them that, are you willing to be converted into a member once the party is launched? And if they say so, we will then convert them into members, print membership cards. The membership fees will only be paid once the membership card is delivered. All political parties, they recruit people and take their money and promise the membership cards, and they don't deliver membership cards. Here in Mayibuye, the membership fee will only be paid once the membership card is ready, so that the membership is knowing they know what they are paying for. And it will also avoid this situation of people buying people's membership, and also it will avoid a situation where membership fees disappear for the people. We are, comrades, the other issue which we should appreciate is that there are so many positions and leadership responsibilities that all of us are going to play. Because if we're going to have sub-regional leadership, for now, regional leadership, we will review when time progresses if the regions are needed. But for now, we need them. Provincial leadership, we are going to constitute the leadership as well of the Women's League of Mayibuye. Mayibuye Women's League must have leadership at provincial, regional, sub-regional, and ward level. Mayibuye Youth League must have the same structures as well. The process of constituting both the youth and students component will start this coming Saturday. The Saturday, what is the date, SG? On the 19th of July, we are going to meet with all young activists below the age of 35. So if already are going to turn 35 this year, maybe focus on the mother body. But everyone else who is still within the framework of youth activism must be in Gauteng. We have a meeting, we have deliberations with the idea of constituting a youth structure which is going to do its own work in the youth sector. When the mother body is constituting structures, the youth formation must be constituting structures as well. And where possible, if there's a student movement that must be constituted, we should do so as well, and decisively so. Exist in all the TVET colleges, universities of technology, and universities, so that we are present everywhere. And the reason we are doing and taking that approach is because what we get to accept is that we can't just build a political party, we must build a political movement. A movement must have so many components of existence and manifestation. There's no political party that can win elections in South Africa. You need a movement. Even when the ANC was winning elections with almost 2/3, it's because it was giving full expression to its movement character. With a strong trade union movement, with a strong civic organization, SANCO, with COSAS, SASCO, all these formations, COSATU with like 17 or 18 affiliates in all sectors. And when that machinery was firing from all cylinders, they could get the numbers that they got to win. But currently they don't have any functional structure. The party is dysfunctional, the unions are dysfunctional, everything else that they have is dysfunctional. That is why we have to constitute a movement that must represent the people of South Africa. And that is Africa Mayibuye movement. And comrades must never be concerned, none whatsoever, about the policy superiority of Mayibuye. When we sit down and write our policies and alternate plans on what is to be done in South Africa, the whole of society will realize that here are superior alternatives to what has been happening since 1994. We know that space, we expect on it. And we'll coordinate a process of having the clearest of policy articulations. And those are going to be grounded by the aspirations and demands of the people on the ground. There is not going to be a national manifesto for municipal elections. There will be just key highlights of broadly and generally, commonly, this is what we're going to do. The manifestos of municipalities are going to be generated in the municipalities where we're going to campaign and contest elections. And it will not just be manifestos, it must be a plan and program of action. So if you agree that in this area we're going to build a clinic, in the manifesto of Mayibuye, it must say we're going to build a clinic in this area by this period. We're going to put tar road in the following areas. We're going to build a library. We're going to build a sports field. We're going to support the following programs. And these are the conditional grants that we're going to optimally utilize to realize our objectives. So we're going to have a far much more clearer program of action on how we move forward. Comrades, all of us who are here and those who are part of this process must reach out to the leadership of the province, particularly here, so that we are all of us, if we are available for selection as leadership, we must indicate such so that we are able to move forward. On Tuesday, we are meeting with the volunteers of Mayibuye in the Free State province in Bloemfontein to have similar deliberations. The volunteers of the Eastern Cape were meeting on Friday in East London to have similar deliberations so that we set the process. The reason why we are patiently taking this route is that by the time we announce the political party which is going to lead the Africa Mayibuye movement, we should be present in all the corners of South Africa. We must be having structures in all the corners of South Africa. There must not be anyone who is looking for the organization and cannot find it anywhere. So in all the 257 municipalities of South Africa, Mayibuye must be there. We can't announce things that are not existing on the ground. So that is the process that we are taking forward. But otherwise, we want to say thank you for the process that we have engaged in thus far. Ikensile ngopfu, rolubu. We will come back to the province to fulfill the second leg of the consultations or the visits that have to happen, even if it's but we want to assure you that this process will not pass the second weekend of September. By the second weekend of September, we will have concluded. All of us will be knowing what is to be done in terms of the organization. And of course, comrades, we are a working class organization. In the divide between the bourgeoisie and the proletariat, on the side of the proletariat, we appreciate that we fight on the side of the oppressed. We are not a bourgeois organization. We are not an organization that is going to be utilized by owners of money. We are an organization and an instrument in the hands of the helpless, exploited masses of our people. That is the character that we'll take in terms of how we move forward. Thank you very much, comrades. We really appreciate the work that we have done today. Amandla! Mayibuye! Ya Africa! Mayibuye ya shumeli wala. Mayibuye ya shumeli wala. Oh, la.